time for the Shop Report with
Barber Shop J.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. And of course, Eddie G's Cookies. That's right. If you want a cookie that is good, that tastes good, and ain't got all that other stuff that ain't no good for you in it, slide on over to Eddie G's and place your order today. That's right, EddieG'sCookies.com. They can be found at your travel centers of America and select Meijer stores. Obviously, in places other than where I'm at right now. Yeah, because they don't have none. Wow, really? Unbelievable. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. We will throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. If you want to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That being said, joining me on the program today, or the program today, I should say, is my cat from across the pond or up the way, across the water, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people what you say.
It's a little late now, but is Luka Doncic an all-NBA defensive player?
Absolutely not. Oh, man, please. Absolutely. No, he's not. Why? Why would he be?
How poorly the Clippers shot with him as the primary defender.
No, that didn't have. No, believe me when I tell you. That was a misnomer. Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Number 11. And I think if you watch Inside the NBA, them guys, Charles and Shaq and all them kind of hit on it after the fact. Kawhi's, they deferred. Paul George and Harden and Westbrook and them, they deferred to him when they were in the game with him. They deferred to him too much, trying to get him back acclimated. And you can see he was beyond rusty. Kawhi. Actually, he hurt them more than he helped them, and they were still in it. To be honest with you, okay. So I'm just saying now, Kawhi have his sea legs back up under him once they get to Dallas, after you get a couple games up under him, whatever. But I don't see this. What Dallas did different was Kyrie and Luka, they probably only had I don't know, from a point standpoint, well below what we all are accustomed to them getting.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Kenny Smith said this. He said something that I've been saying, man. I'm telling you, man. You can go back through any program. I've said the game is about situations. That's why we were doing that. See what I'm saying? The couple of snippets that we got to keep doing. The game is about situations, and your shot selection is determined by the situation that you're in. We were going to show that Brian clip or whatever it is, but I'm tired of talking about it because his apologists, they just blind regardless. They're going to see start seeing it for what it is and stop seeing it for what you want it to be. Okay. The situation for what Dallas and what Kyrie and Luka were doing, they did more of getting, because I don't even know some of them other guys, but they were getting some of them other guys involved. Really, really getting them involved. And they kept him involved and engaged throughout the entire contest. That's the key, because you can have a player, I don't know, he can go for 40, but then depending on how some games play out, man, you get a guy who scored 10, but if his points came, it's timely scoring. I'll take timely scoring over a guy who will volume score any day, all day. Robert Ory, timely scoring. You understand what I'm trying to say? Ben Wallace, timely scoring against Shaq when they needed him in that finals, because Shaq just couldn't hey, listen, give me that all day, every day. That's what the difference was with the Mavericks and the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers losing that game had a lot to do with, Kawhi just coming back. And like Barkley said, Paul George and Harden and Westbrook, they didn't look like they did in game 1. You know, and they knew they didn't have him. They was clicking on all 14 cylinders.
Right.
Yeah, and then two, what Dallas did as far as it was a combination is what I'm driving at, you know, of the two. Some of them other dudes for Dallas, man, I can't even think of the one guy. Oh, shout out to wow. Okay, wow. We got D Gully from the CLM Bus coming to join us, the IT guy.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, let me do the intro, man, before you get to talking.
What is up?
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm having some audio issues. I can't hear you guys. I'm gonna get right with you in a second. I think you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Give me a moment.
Right, because I want to know why you wearing that hat.
I know you talking trash right now because I can see your lips moving. When I hear what you said, I'm gonna be right back with you.
Yeah, do that. All right, then. The captain of the Love Boat. Absolutely not. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, the series is tied 1-1. I gotta say this too, though, man. Right quick. See this? See, you took me down this road. We weren't supposed to be.
I knew it.
Going down this road. I'm impressed with the Cavs.
You see the hat? You see the hat?
I know. What hat? Are you in?
You see the hat?
Hey, considering he couldn't hear you, and
you see it? Hold on, let me get my bearings back. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
This is awesome.
I mean, so what you want, man? What you want, a patty or something? You want a
from
silver?
The
Great.
Buzz, but understand when you dial my phone number, what numbers do you got to hit first? 216.
No, I don't. I just hit 334 and then the rest. Yeah, your face. Exactly. I'm glad you put it out
there.
That's
the only way you'll be able to hit my face.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Absolutely.
That's the only way. Okay. That's the only way. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
I'm not Devin Haney. You are not Ryan Garcia, and by no means,
you darn right. I ain't either one of them. You darn right. If anything, I'm Pernell Whitaker. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And there's a retirement fight.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. As long as it depends as the sponsor, I'm good. Anywho. I'm impressed by the Cavs, man, and I'm really I'm not happy with the Magic. The Magic are a classic example of ISO ball. I mean, I know they're young. You know, they ain't been there
wrong.
Yeah, but their style of play, man. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. The Cavs, you know, they I'm glad it ain't the Knicks, but the Cavs, they doing what they supposed to do, man. They taking care of business.
For sure.
They're really taking care of business. You know, Milwaukee might be up out of here too, though, man.
Well, but we told you that could be the case. That very well could have been the case. I'm really surprised in the totals. Well, look what Dame. Well, to kind of cover the Cavs defensively, right? Like the line was 207 game 1, 204 game 2, 199.5 for this evening.
For who?
For the total.
Of which teams?
For Cavs, Orlando total between combined. Under 200 points. Your typical regular season game hovers around 225, 234. You know, the Warriors maybe 242.
Yeah, but it's the playoffs though. You're not feeding on bottom feeders.
Okay, see, New Orleans is at 224. So yes, to your point, other than the Knicks,
that's because it's Shea. I'm just saying, Shea will put up 45 real quick on you. He'll get 200 by himself. So I'm just saying that was a pretty good game 1-2 though. OKC and the Pelicans the other day.
They showed their, like you brought up, inexperience. I thought it definitely. They looked a little nervous at first, but like you said, we said this could be his coming out party to the world. I think. He didn't disappoint in game 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, Minnesota looking a little different to me too now, man. My gosh. Cat playing with a little bit more attitude, man, than he had been. I've seen him in quite some time.
Rudy Gobert's stats, and then Naz Reid, as of an hour ago, I believe, is the defensive player.
Six man of the year, yeah. And then they got another guy, Jaden Daniels. Is he from? Is that the guy from Alabama?
Hold on, I think.
Yeah, if Double J, yeah, Jabba. Double J, you don't know where he's from?
Yeah.
Yo, Gabba, yeah, I'm with you. Oh, shout out to the G-Man. That's right, Gramblins. That's right, the Grambling Nation. Herm sent me this right there one time, baby.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying? My man G Herm, baby. You understand me? That's the G man right there. Grambling Nation is what we got going on. You understand? I still got some more Browns gear I found off the 99-cent rack at Walmart.
Gosh.
Hey man, you need to take that hat off, man. I'm the only one on here that should wear hats, bro. You over there look like you commandeering the mothership.
Well, I might be. I might just be. It might just be me.
Yeah, okay, then. Yeah, all right, there, looking like Gavin McLeod. You know what I'm saying? Look at the captain and not Tennille. Where's Tennille?
You know
what are you doing?
Leave me alone, man. I'm trying to get you confirmation here, so that way we know of where Jaden McDaniels.
Okay, well, while you doing that, let me throw this. Let me slide back over here right quick. Just mention tomorrow is the NFL draft. Double J, while Gully is looking up who was better, Marshall Faulk or Barry White Sanders. I don't know. You know,
Barry White Sanders.
Yeah,
was it Teddy Pendergrass? What did you talking about,
man? You got anybody in mind that you're looking forward to tomorrow? You know, like for us to keep our eye on.
It'll be how many quarterbacks go in the first round. It's not so much one or two, but from the sounds of it, there will be quite a bit of movement. And there could be as many as 6 off the board quickly.
Yeah, well, my player spotlight, that's kind of what I wanted you to do, spotlight a player, but you went through the whole quarterback draft. You know, how easy was that?
Quinyon Mitchell. Washington, by the way.
Who went to Washington?
Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels. Wasn't Alabama.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell. That's my guy to watch out for. I don't know who this is. Talk Sport. According to TalkSport, they say Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell is the most underrated player in the NFL draft and a dominant Toledo defender. Could be a first-round steal. Went to the University of Toledo, the Rockets. I watched the footage on him, man. Matter of fact, Louis Riddick even highlighted him. Like one of his little segments that he did. He's like, man, this dude, and they listen, bruh, dude. I'm shocked. I hadn't heard of him, man. Dude is nice.
They blew it at the end. Should have won the MAC, no problem. But again, he's only one.
Not the basketball team, the football team.
Well, both.
They both should have won it. Oh, here we go. This guy right here.
They both. He said they both. The both of them.
Right.
But shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. Keep your eyes out for that guy. Wherever he going. They say he might even go. What'd you say? Man, you look like you should be captaining the ship, man, with that hat on, man. like ring a bell or something. You know what I'm saying? Let us know.
Listen,
you know what
because you need the bent brim, and I don't.
I didn't. I just said.
Don't bother me.
I'm talking about it's with your headphones too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as you get us. What up? What up? Shout out to my Abdul Smith. What it do? What it do? It's all good. It's all good. He weighing in. You understand me? Gully, for real though, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Reverse engines or something. Start port or what? How would they say that? You know,
I can't believe this is happening.
I'm just saying, man. He look like, especially with his headphones on, man. You know what I mean? You look like the captain of.
I see you got jokes today.
I got jokes every day. You know,
no, I didn't say you were a joke.
I know you. You can't say that.
You know,
that's a clean. That's right. It's G-Man Nation, baby. Grambling. You see it, my man H. Herman RV. That's matter of fact. We're gonna give him a little shout out. We're gonna show him a little love. Oh my goodness, what button did I hit over there? Cancel. Oh my gosh, what are we doing right there?
Don't delete. That's
yeah. I'm just saying exactly. My man, shout out to my man Herm R right there. You understand me? Yeah, he hooked me up with the gear right there from Graham. You know, he played under Eddie Robinson again. I tell you all, you know what I mean, down there on the Grambling side of things. He sent me a little get up right quick. Captain, will we start a port? Are you, just as long as you get us through the Panama Canal, I'm good. Don't listen. What you get ready to say?
You know what? Just keep on moving. Moving. I got it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You keep on moving. All right. Just keep, because it's gonna hit you soon enough.
Okay. Well, just keep that hat on. Keep that hat to the starboard side. That's all I'm saying.
You know what?
But anywho, yeah, let's get into it. But yeah, keep your eye out for Quinyon Mitchell.
Keep an eye out for pronunciations.
Listen, don't be mad at me because the Love Boat about to sink.
At least you know how to spell it and say it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it or how to spell it.
Hooked on Finance work for me. I think it can work for you too.
What? Well, I mean, you over there. Yeah. Turn the wheel, Issa. Turn the wheel. Turn the wheel, Issa.
All right,
yeah. But anyway, let's start the show. I don't even know. I'm just gonna hit a button, just any button, random.
Got him.
Anyway, Robert Kraft didn't had a lot to say here lately. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was gonna he didn't have a lot to say about Bill Belichick, but some people are saying, fair or unfair. We asking us and y'all. I'm asking y'all, and I'm gonna read a little something here to you, and you all tell me, okay? Because I talked to a couple of people who played, under him when he was here in Cleveland, and they don't have nothing bad to say about him. But they also told me, But they also told me, that documentary some years ago called Believe Land. You know how when they do that kind of stuff, man, it was a lot of stuff that was left out. So I'm just saying these documentaries and highlights and such can be made to paint a person in a negative or positive light. Folks being selective about the stuff that they showing in these things or whatever. So here we go. This is Robert Kraft. First off, he blamed Bill Belichick for losing Super Bowl. What was that with the Eagles? 42?
No, it'd have been 47.
47?
Or 48. Anyway, gotcha.
Okay. Anyway, now that the dynasty is over, Robert Kraft and several New England Patriots are finally letting out some of their true feelings about Bill Belichick and some of the things that transpired during the franchise's glory years. Let me stop right there. Why are these people coming out after the fact?
Yeah, when it's minimum, I did one of you. Minimum.
You did one of who?
You. One of those shop pronunciations. Shop nunciations. Yeah. Anyway, when it's over with, when it's over with, and when you don't have to feel the heat of what you said because it's not relevant in either case, of course you're going to spread the truth, right? Of course you're going to spread the gospel, when there's no blowback, because it didn't matter either way. They lost 6 Super Bowls ago. And so now we want to talk about why they lost 6 Super Bowls ago. It didn't matter that we're talking about 6 Super Bowls ago anyway. But you can do that now, so that way, if somebody was to blow back on you, it'd be like, well, why are you talking about old stuff? You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Kraft, the team's longtime owner, perhaps provided the harshest criticism of Belichick during the final 2 episodes of Apple TV's The Dynasty documentary. Among Kraft's criticisms of Belichick was his handling of Malcolm Butler in Super Bowl L2. That's not 48.
52.
It's 52?
Yes.
Man, you do the math. Because you leave it up to me, it's gonna be mathed. And then, but you know what though? I always wonder why he sat him. But listen, when that happened, it took me back to when Greg Popovich had Tim Duncan on the bench against the Heat, and Chris Bosh got that rebound and kicked it out to Ray Allen, and we all know the rest. I ain't saying Timmy would have got that rebound. I'm just saying this.
Why wasn't he there to contest it?
Yeah, that's just some stuff, man. It's just one of them things that make you go, And that Malcolm Butler moment not playing, as was the case with Pete Carroll not handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch. There's just some things that make you go,
Well, yeah, I would say, to your point, I think even after all this time, it would be great to find out why. Because there may have been justification for it. And maybe Malcolm Butler was getting set was out of protection of the team. Remember, think of it this way in Cleveland history. If the then Indians would have really known about Jose Mesa's condition going into Game 7.
What was this? What you mean? Whoa. What you mean, Jose Mesa's condition?
Omar Vizquel was always upset with Jose Mesa because he said Jose Mesa was drunk.
Was a kleptomaniac.
Who?
Jose who? Not Jose Cuervo. That's who. The kleptomaniac, man. He was going in people's purses, man.
Okay, so I'm saying Game 7, he ain't going nobody's purse. Somebody went in his, and they hit the home run. But what my point was, point was, I don't know. I can't. I don't want to begin to speculate like, hey, maybe something was going on with Malcolm Butler. But let's just say, for example, that was the case. Belichick sitting him and not saying why was in the best interest of the team, and then not saying why would have been in preservation of whatever may have been going on with Malcolm Butler. I don't know. But I would think after all these years, if we want to talk about Malcolm Butler's presence or absence is a key factor in why they lost that Super Bowl, I think it would be helpful, perhaps, or enlightening to figure out exactly why he got sacked, because we don't know. So he don't
Kraft either, apparently. Yeah, let me finish reading on. But this is part of Belichick's track record, though. Mind you, now when he was here in Cleveland, he cut Bernie.
For diminishing skills.
Yeah, when folks thought Bernie still had a little bit of something in take. At least folks in Cleveland.
Did he prove it elsewhere?
Well, he went to, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he did.
He sat behind Joe Montana. He sat behind Troy Aikman and sat behind Dan Marino.
Yeah, well, but he got playing time down there though, in Dallas. During one of the Super Bowl years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because he got in on the play and handed the ball off in the fourth quarter.
Okay, well, so what you saying? So you agree with Belichick? Is that what you're saying? You saying his skills was diminished?
Well,
don't look at the sky.
Where did he go to prove that they weren't? He sat behind 2 Hall of Famers for the rest of his career.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll talk about that some other time, you and I, off air. There you go. Yeah, take a sip. For reasons never fully explained, Belichick inexplicably benched his starting cornerback and former Super Bowl hero for the entirety of New England's 41-33 loss to the Eagles. Kraft says Brady threw for over 500 yards, but Bill made a tremendous error. And he says, I credited Bill with that loss. To be honest, my head coach is a pain in the tush, but I was willing to put up with it as long as we won. So who's more complicit here? You going to put up with it as long as y'all winning, but you know he's doing wrong?
It sounds like somebody making a massive PR campaign for Belichick not to get another job, to establish another football dynasty in another area. That's exactly what it seemed like. It's a PR all over. That's all it is.
Yeah, because how do you go that far with somebody and now all of a sudden you want to talk about the problems that y'all had?
Because based off of what he's saying, that's a fireable offense, if you ask me. You already late into your dynasty, right? You're very late into your dynasty. You've already had 17 years by this point of Bill Belichick with Tom Brady or what have you, right? You've already had enough success with Bill Belichick. Having enough success with Bill Belichick, it would be intolerable to make such a critical mistake, if you will, in your opinion, Robert Kraft, with such a player.
Who are you calling Robert Kraft?
I'm saying for Robert Kraft to allow Belichick to make such a mistake, it would be, to allow that should be a fireable offense. If it's this bad, if you blame him for losing the Super Bowl, this is a question of whether Bill Belichick has really got his pulse on the game. Does he really have a pulse for the game anymore? Right.
Well, a few players, Danny Amendola, he said that stuff still kind of pisses me off to this day. We played our butts off. We're out there literally putting our bodies, our heads on the line, and to not get an explanation as to why Butler didn't play. He said, feels like we got cheated a little bit. He said, honestly, and I don't feel bad saying that. But then there are other players, the Rodney Harrisons and all of them type of dudes, they didn't came out and they speak in favor of Belichick, man. So I wonder what, man, you know what I mean? To me, that's more of a measurement of what type of coach or who your coach is. If the guys who played under him have, what's coming out of their mouth.
Well, you have a player who played under him giving support versus a player who was playing under him at the time being critical. You get what I'm saying? You got two different perspectives.
Yeah, well, hold that thought. We're gonna take 2-9, y'all. We'll be right back so he can finish his thought. And then Double J can weigh in.
What it do, sports fans? It's your man BSJ from the Shop Report. And guess what? The shop is now open for business, baby. If you're on Facebook, go to our fan page, The Shop Report, click on more, and then shop to view all products. Or if you're on Instagram, click on the shop tab to see all our products. I mean, what you want me to do? I'm selling merch here.
All right, we back. Hey, you know, Gronkowski, he has some not so nice words to say too, man. What is going on, man? Is it Bill or is it? But see, to me, Robert Kraft shouldn't have nothing to say, okay? Because you know the wind shifted on that little, you know, his exploits. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 minutes ago. So you should be quiet about saying anything about anybody. Look, the man is gone. Let him be gone, bygones, and be gone, and then go on about your way, man. You know what I mean? Just what you, I mean, why run the man's name? Say that fast 2 times. Run the man's name in the ground. My God.
Yeah, I think it's because you don't want them to have. You want to preserve what Bill Belichick meant for football and what he meant for the Patriots organization. So for him to go.
So if he go elsewhere and do that, I don't understand how that would diminish though.
Because they'll make it about Bill Belichick's intellect and Bill Belichick's presence as a coach. It's like, I can do this anywhere. I'm like, no, you really can do it with me. Understand this. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what, I mean, that's the contention. Like, man, this guy, I let this guy make this decision. If it were left up to me, Brady would still be in uniform with us, and we would have had another Super Bowl because I let this guy talk me out of, talk me into seeing that Tom Brady was past his valuable contribution, and he went and won the Super Bowl after that, and then actually went on a playoff run the year following. So Brady wasn't far from finished, and you let me think he was.
Yeah, because that after he won in Tampa, that's really kind of what probably stirred the pot. I thought the whole Garoppolo thing too. Double J, you gonna jump in here or what you doing over there?
Yeah, no. I was reading an article coincidentally that it came out just recently, and it said that it was personal.
How?
So you got to remember, and this was a refresher for me when thankfully Gully was getting his point across, that as you guys highlighted, there were multiple players that were confused about the decision, especially given
Butler.
Right. And that, of course, you know, you have Matthew Slater, I think, was one of the players, and then, of course, Danny Amendola, as you highlighted as well.
Yeah.
But of course, one of the two reiterated that they trusted their coach and that he always did everything more so, you know, kind of by the book, off of what would give them the best chance to win. And of course, Belichick said it wasn't for a disciplinary reason, you know, just a one-word answer, no, at the post-game press conference. But many forget that Butler, that was his last game with the Patriots on the original contract that he had. He signed with Tennessee 6 weeks after that game. And so what I found to be interesting is that.
So Bill was doing him a favor?
I don't
by not running the risk of him getting hurt, because they kind of
really,
already knew that the Tennessee deal maybe was going into effect. But if that's the case, isn't that tampering?
No, I don't think that was why. You know, again, Belichick said no when he was asked if it was for a disciplinary reason. And so on the new Apple TV series Dynasty, free plug, they took a 10-part look at the dynasty itself. And, you know, Kraft said, what had been told to me is that there was something personal going on between Bill and Malcolm that was not football related. Kraft said, I always felt that every decision Bill had made had been to put what was in the best interest of the team first and put emotion aside, which is what every great leader does.
Yeah,
and with Malcolm, he did the opposite.
Okay, so then, all right, so then that speaks to it being personal. But again, Bill Belichick is. There are instances where he put the team first. Didn't he give Lawyer Tillman his not Lawyer Tillman? Who was it? Ty Law? Lawyer Malloy. Didn't he give him his suite for his family or something like that at a game for the Super Bowl or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever recall I don't know. Bill not putting the team first. It had to be something far greater because I don't see Bill. It's the Super Bowl. Why cut your nose off to spite your face? If this guy, because Butler had the previous one, what was he? Didn't he win like the MVP or something like that?
Right, because he had his emergence was in a Super Bowl against the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The ball to Marshawn, right?
Exactly.
He made the interception at the end in the end zone, right?
Correct. So
other than that, though, what did he do? I don't recall.
Well, that's the thing. He did good. Unfortunately, he had an untimely DUI just like within the last week. But he did say on the way to the team bus after the loss, they gave up on me. Expletive. It is what it is. I don't know what it was. I guess I wasn't playing good or they didn't feel comfortable. I don't know, but I could have changed that game.
Oh,
I'm really perplexed by this because to our knowledge up to this point, we've heard, as Gully pointed out, it could be to prevent Bill from being a part of another franchise. And, you end up hearing similarly that he wasn't even considered in the top 3 for the Falcons job, which was really kind of surprising to me that they would go back to someone that they didn't have success with over a dude that literally had success in Cleveland. He had a dynasty in New England. And I think there's a level of control that guys like Jim Harbaugh and I because of the national title, I guess I could throw him in there. And Bill Belichick, that's typically, and remember, they have falling outs often with upper management. He started with his son-in-law, I think now, which is Scott Pioli. No, Scott Pioli was with the Red Sox, but it's a very strange dynamic. So it's very telling that of all people, it was Robert Kraft that shared those details about what the exchange with Butler.
Kraft in that case, Kraft sound bitter. In other words, we've seen those movies where this guy got all the power and the person, the underling wants to break away and he said, "You'll never work in this town again. If you leave me, or I'm gonna go start."
That's what I'm wondering. What's in it for Robert Kraft? Like, is he not? Again, how can you have a series called Dynasty? That's like them leaving Brady out of it. You know what I mean?
I know, that's what exactly. You can't do that without Belichick or to be bad mouthing him. That doesn't make sense.
We've had a show about who was more important, and we came to the conclusion it was both of them.
Yeah,
it's a battery.
Well, both of them who? Not Robert Kraft.
Meaning like Brady and Belichick.
Yeah, it's a battery.
Right, yeah.
You gotta have a positive and negative charge. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad, OJ.
Yeah, no, I was speaking. You don't speak out of turn when I'm speaking. You apologize to him when he's speaking.
One, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
No, not 1, 2 back to 1.
I got you. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Full speed ahead.
We won't see.
The captain into Neo. All right. What would you saying? It's like a what? It's like a bad case of what?
It's like a next point. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know what your point was. So how you gonna go to the next one? We didn't know what the first one was.
Well, that's on you, host. You got to guide us to the points.
I can't guide you. No, you got to guide us to the ports. You know what I'm saying? You the captain of the ship.
So if I do that, then you do yours.
Okay, do yours. Right, exactly. Yeah. So in other words,
oh hell no.
Anywho, yeah, man. So I mean, look, Belichick, he deserved to be somewhere. At the end of the day, yeah.
Do you think
why not, Gully?
Because Joe Gibbs returned to the NFL. And how did that look?
Yeah, but that was
after Joe Gibbs created such and Joe Gibbs had I would say a dynasty, but he had
Are you insinuating or suggesting that the game done passed Bill Belichick by?
Well, that's a conversation to have. That's a conversation to have
because you don't say that about Greg Popovich.
Why don't I? Have you asked me?
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't. Sorry about that.
Hey, with the
I got me under my little chinny chin.
Yeah, with the lottery pick and Chris Paul, does Scully make you eat those words?
What happened?
Yes, they're rumored to be getting Chris Paul, and of course they're going to have a lottery pick with Wemby.
Okay.
How long does Chris Paul last? Well, hold on, because we're jumping.
Isn't that your team?
I'm saying,
how long does Chris Paul last? Chris Paul to be good for Wemby all that through the regular season. They play 82 games, 79 of them are against the bottom feeders, the Orlando Magics and all of them type of teams. You know what I'm saying? And the Atlanta Hawks. And then they're gonna get to the playoffs. They're gonna get to the second round, and Chris Paul gonna pull up because the banana boat broke him in half. I'm just saying.
Right. What I'm saying is, all right, after Brady, there's been 5 seasons now, right? 4 seasons, right?
Tom Brady.
Yes, right? It's Tom Brady.
Not the Brady bunch. Okay, yeah, Tom Brady. I'm with you. Keep going.
And the franchise has struggled in comparison to what they were with Tom Brady.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
All right. That struggle.
Big comparison. Yeah.
So I'm saying
nice.
because we know that with Tom Brady and the rest of the franchise, we know it was Super Bowl caliber. It is a dynasty. It is the standard by which all the other teams want to emulate, them and the Steelers or what have you. Since then, though, they've struggled mightily, right? Who was the guy? Was it Mac Jones? Who authorized that decision? Was it Kraft or was it Belichick?
You talking about drafting him?
Yes.
I don't know. That's a good question. Double J, maybe you can help us out.
Well,
I have no idea.
Pan out.
What about Garoppolo? None of them did because Ryan Mallett.
RIP.
And then who was it that backed up Brady when he got the ACL? They ended up going to Kansas City.
Alex? No, not Alex, man.
I thought he went to Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know.
He lit.
Jacoby Brissett was
the last time we brought his name up. We drew a blank. We drew a blank on the show.
Just
the last time we tried to bring his name up.
Who? Jacoby Brissett?
No. This is years
Ryan
ago.
Hoyer?
No, before him. We talked about like a decade ago.
I said Garoppolo.
We drew a blank the last time his name came up. Oh boy, and it's coming to me right now.
Jared Stidham.
No,
Stidham?
It almost came to me.
Art Gilliam.
No. Art Schleister. No.
Don Strock.
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle.
Oh yeah. Matt Castle, Grace Skull. Wow.
Right. Yeah. The last time we went through the Patriots tree, we did that on Matt Castle again. But they tried to work with Cam Newton, right? And it didn't work out. So these are signs that suggest that the game may be drifting away from Bill Belichick and his presence and the way he runs a franchise. That's a fair argument to be had.
Okay. When they drafted Tom Brady, nobody knew that Tom Brady would be who Tom Brady is to this day, because he was not that at Michigan. He was all right.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute.
He beat Ohio State.
Okay, but so did Elvis Gerback, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
who was? Come on now, because listen, if Tom Brady was what Tom Brady ended up being as a Patriot at Michigan, then who started in front of him? Nobody should have been starting in front of him at that time.
All right. So you talk about
Manning in the Citrus Bowl?
What?
Thought Brady beat Manning in the Citrus Bowl.
I don't know. But listen, when Tom Brady got to Michigan, was he the starter after that first spring? No, he was not. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that still doesn't dissuade from my point, because that goes back. We're talking about something going back 24 years ago.
You're talking about Brian Greasy here.
Yeah, listen. No, I was going back to make the point that, are we sure? Is it really safe to say that the game done passed Bill?
No, that's exactly that's the point I'm challenging. What you're bringing up, you're highlighting a fact that Tom Brady, the decision to go with Tom Brady was made by
the decision to draft him.
To draft Tom Brady and develop him, and to see him as the starter, and for him to be able to prove himself as being capable of coming in middle of that season with the Patriots, going into that Super Bowl without fear, and leading.
Why did Brady get his shot though? Really, he kind of got his shot by way of Drew Bledsoe when he took injured. That. Yeah, Bledsoe got injured now.
Right. So, hey, listen, luck is my definition of luck is preparedness meeting opportunity. Certainly.
Is that luck?
I think so. I mean, Tom Brady was prepared for it, but if Bledsoe doesn't get injured, does Tom Brady ever show it? Or does he get traded because he's that good and Bledsoe's still healthy?
Well, I mean, look, don't look at me because the Bills won the 4 straight Super Bowls and didn't win one. And then anybody called them a dynasty. That's what that sounded like. Don't try to take it out on me. Circle your wagons.
What?
Exactly.
You just had to get that off. You was just
trying to say.
You've been bitter ever since you
Nation, baby. G-Man Nation, y'all see it with the stay across the rim right there, baby.
Yes, see across that frowny face rim.
Okay, Captain. Let's go starboard side. Just me and you. Starboard side. Let's go. Because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. And tell Isaac I said I want a double. On the double. I'm just saying, give me one there right there. Okay. But anywho, what happened? Isaac. Really? All right. Paige and Mrs. Alba. This is what we're doing today. Yeah. So I mean, Bill Belichick, you got to end up, even if you end up on a high school roster, I gotta see it. I want to see it, man. The game ain't passed Bill by. They did the same thing. Art Modell did the same thing to Paul Brown. And then Paul Brown went over there to the Bengals and started whipping on the Browns. That's when the Browns problem started, to tell you the truth.
It did.
Yeah, when they unceremoniously let Paul Brown, when they did that to Paul Brown, you wasn't gonna have nothing good until you do right, mommy.
Right.
Ain't no good.
Hey, but everything that you and I are among the few that generally have a favorable opinion of Art Modell.
Yeah,
overall, and his team and his legacy has the Browns owner. That's the decision that I think you and I both agree. Like, man, hold on, we can rock with you on everything else.
Yeah,
but on this one, I don't know, my brother.
I'm not happy that he did what he did to Paul Brown. But I mean, listen, Modell. Just because I know a few things on the backside, okay, that wasn't present in the columns in the newspapers them days about what was finna take place. But the sad part is the Indianapolis Colts, Baltimore, they did the same thing. And yet
they didn't do the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. When I say the same thing, I mean up and left. Because they did it in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, they just, right. And the folks came to work the next day and the doors was locked. They didn't even tell nobody.
They checks in the mail.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even tell nobody. Yeah, okay. Well, anywho. Yeah, my man, Robert Kraft, not my man, excuse me. Yeah, Robert Kraft, you need to go have a seat somewhere. You and Jim Irsay, y'all need to go over there and talk about it. Leave my man Bill, leave him up out of that situation, man. It was over. It was done with. You let him go for whatever reasons you let him go for. He gone. Now just be gone, like Kevin Durant and LeBron. You know, when the going get tough, just get gone. That's what you do. Just be gone. That's all. Okay. Anyway, let's keep things rolling. All right, this next slide, NFL defensive backs. Okay. Can we get an update on any scores right quick? Double J. Games are taking place in the NBA playoffs.
Yes, we can. Pardon my absence there. The Tigers.
What is going on over there? Y'all need to go get a room. 4. My gosh.
We got 75-70. Yeah. No, now they lost the lead, actually.
Wait a minute, did you say the Tigers' teeth is tied at 70? What did you just say?
So the Tigers are losing now 7-5. They were winning.
We said basketball.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
Oh, my gosh. What are you over there doing? Oh, no, I didn't say nothing about baseball.
Right. I said 75-70, Heat leading the Celtics.
Are you sure it's not the Tigers and the Blue Jays?
No, the Rays.
Oh, the Rays, not the Blue Jays.
Yep.
Are you sure? I'm just saying we're going to take another break. We're going to be back in a minute.
2-6, y'all. 15 looks really good right now.
This guy got to get himself together. We'll be back on the 126 side. Don't touch it.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
That's right. When you're on your way to Grandma's house, stop over there at Travel Centers of America and grab you a couple of them Eddie G's Cookies, baby. Oh, and that part she said and mentioned about sharing, she won't tell. She ain't got to worry about telling because I don't share. Okay, you get your own. I'm just letting you know that right now. All right, ask me something for something if you want to. Yeah, you get to be a flat out no. You know what I mean? I'll say it in Spanish for you too. No, hablo, or something to that effect. But anyway, yeah, we keep Double J, what you doing over there?
What?
Oh, okay. What, man? What is going on today? Do we need to have a sidebar? Do we need to type some stuff up in the private chat?
80-70 is the score.
80-70. I don't even know which teams are playing, which game he's reporting on right now. He just
the Washington Generals versus the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, that's 80-70 is the score. Is there anything else you can tell us, Mr. Cosell?
No, it's just that the Heat were 15-point underdogs after that game one just massacre in Boston, and now they're up 10 here late in the third.
Boston,
it's the playoffs.
Boston or Heat or the Heat.
The Heat.
Miami's up.
I wonder what the 3-point makes and misses are for the Celtics at this juncture.
2 for 35.
What happened? What did you just say? Okay. Yeah, okay. Right here, we're gonna keep going on with our NFL coverage here, right quick.
Well, they're shooting. Miami is shooting 58% from three, but versus 36 for Boston. So it's not like they're shooting terrible. It's just the others on fire. And this is in spite of Kendrick Perkins saying Miami could shoot 100% and still lose. So, ouch.
Right. Did you just don't quote him? Him, Gilbert Arenas, JJ Redick, them dudes. They quote references off limits on this program. Don't mention that. Listen, get Miss Alva on. Let her take a seat, man. Dude, right there, man. Or Richard Jefferson.
All right, Tyler Hero thus far has only shot from 3.
Well, that's not surprisingly to me.
Yeah. So okay, Tyler Hero is only shooting from 3.
Okay. All right. We'll come back to you again over there, you and Double J, the buddy system over there for an update a little later on in the program. But right now, we want to pick 2 of the best NFL defensive backs on that you see pictured here. Not cornerbacks, defensive backs, period. That means you could be safety, free, strong, corner, left, right. It don't matter. The 6 listed here. Give me 2. Pick the
Revis
2
and
best.
Reed.
Who? What happened?
Revis and Reed. See, when I look at this list, I look at it as if I'm filling out a roster and I need these positions filled. I need a corner, I need a safety. Revis and Reed.
Is there anybody that's not on the list of 6 that you would take, that you would put on this list? And then if that's the case, who would you put on and who would you take off?
The only possible move I might make, I might sub out Troy. But I've seen what Troy can do not being a he's not necessarily known for being able to read defenses. You know, where Darrelle Revis and Ed Reed, they have that. They know plays, they know schemes, they know. Troy is like, I'm going to find the guy, I'm going to hit him, and I don't care what the play was designed. I'm going to make contact.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, all right, I give you that. Troy was actually better at and around the line of scrimmage, more so than he was in coverage.
Yes,
you get him back there about 8 to 10 yards. You know, he got to cover, and sometimes he was an athlete. No, I mean he was a football player, no question.
Yeah, you know but it's like if you have to, if the play is, hey man, we gotta get somebody off their square. That's how you would do it. You got to put them in coverage.
Yeah, you put him in coverage. You
can't do that with Ed Reed.
No. Oh man,
and Sanders is missing.
Well, no, yeah, okay. So all right, so but Deion was more so a corner. So who'd you do? What'd you say, Double J?
Is this just in the modern era, or this is
no? They just picked six.
No, this got to be modern era. No, all of these guys at some point shared the field with one another.
Yeah, they just said pick it. They just threw it out here. They picked 6 and said pick 2 of the best. No, it's not modern era. No, it's not nothing else. Just 2 of the best. I'm going with Sean. If I got to go corner safety, give me Darrelle Revis. No, I'll take Champ Bailey and Ed Reed.
Now, why Champ Bailey over Revis?
Champ was just a little bit taller. Champ had Champ. I mean, Champ. It wasn't no Champ Island, obviously, like it was Revis Island, and that ain't to take nothing away from Darrelle, but you know, Champ. You know, he come get you now. He bump and run. He was one. He was the last. Revis was too though, but Champ was one of the last bump and run guys. You know, they played a half an inch off the line of scrimmage and all the way down the field. So I'm not talking about a keep to leave now.
But so you saying that Champ was where Revis Island was something different? You saying Champ has a corner was more physically imposing? Is that
Revis? No, I'm not. It's just preference. I'm not saying one is that much better than the other one. I'm not even. No, I'm not even messing with that.
See, no, I think we need to understand something too. I think this is due for a shop report disclaimer. Whenever we do these comparisons, unlike any other sports show that you might hear of, whether it be on the interwebs or on your cable television, when we say one guy is better than the other, we're saying that one guy is better than the other. One guy eclipses the other. That does not suggest that the guy that we're saying better makes the guy that makes the lesser than a scrub. It's not binary. This is not a light switch. It's like great as Revis is, you're saying Champ Bailey is a bit better. So I just want
I ain't even saying that so much. I'm just saying that would be my preference.
Okay.
He might be just a little bit that he's a little bit taller, but he had cover skills. You know, you're not gonna go wrong with neither one of them.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna sit over there and somebody else take Champ and I'm like, oh man, I got Revis like throwing my clipboard on the ground, you know, asking for an out, you know, contract buyout, no, none of that stuff. No. You know what I'm saying? I okay, you got Champ, I got let's play ball. You know what I'm saying? Ball.
Who you got, Double J? Who you got on the list?
I'm actually in agreement with our host here that I would go Champ and Ed Reed.
Well, if you think I'm about to play
my buddy, no, man,
no, absolutely not. If you think I'm about to hit that button, it won't be happening today.
Here's the thing: that what I was looking for was, you know, potentially a Rod Woodson or a Ronnie Lott. Or a Night Train Lane. I played a lot of Madden Ultimate Team, or a little at least, not so much these days, but those are the mainstays where Deion can't even see the field when you have those guys. That's where you're talking about paying somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 million
hold it. Hold the front door and shut the back door and close all the windows. What you mean? You're trying to tell me that you play Madden and if Deion is on the team and you telling me that Deion can't crack the lineup on the team that you play with on Madden?
I make an argument. I make an argument that Deion Sanders is the greatest football player in history.
Okay, well, I don't know why you would try to make that argument because it'd be like trying to put your shoe on
because he played both sides of the ball.
I mean, you're talking about guys like
being a game changer.
In that case, you could say that about Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson never played linebacker.
He didn't have to. He would have to.
But no, listen, what I said. Deion Sanders played both sides of the ball, and he could be a game changer, even at wide receiver. Football is played between an offense and a defensive set.
Heck, Deion Sanders, I don't got no comeback. I got no comeback. Oh yeah, it's time for me to retire. Woo! Let me take a sip on something.
Yeah, but Deion isn't on this list.
I know that's why your point is kind of. I think that's why your question was there was some validity to your question.
Why are you validating his question? I'm the validizer.
All 6 of these guys are retired, and all 6 of these guys at some point their careers crossed. Like Sean Taylor and Ed Reed, the Redskins met the Ravens, and both of those guys were shared the field. And you know, Sean Taylor unfortunately met an early demise.
Right, and Sean Taylor's the reason why they play flag football in the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
All 6 of these guys
don't
played.
Diminish.
Yeah, but all 6 of these guys have played on the field together. This seems like a specific era. This seems like This seems like the 2000s, 2000 through 2009. That's what this looks like.
That's what it seemed like. But do it say that anywhere here?
Well,
does it say it?
To.
Well, let me tell you.
It don't have to because you look at the careers.
Chad, poor man, came a family fan. Said California is a place. I get it.
But they loaded up the truck. I mean, other than Ty Law, no one really played pre-97 type of thing.
Okay, well, right. I see. When I said throw this up, I wasn't trying to get ready to go. You know, it wasn't about hypotenuses. You know what I'm saying? and Pythagorean theorems. It was just like, hey, here goes 6 guys. Who would you take? Who 2 guys would you pick out of the 6?
Well, you was the first one to mention. Well, who ain't on the list that you would put on the list, and who would you take?
That's what I said.
Right.
I know, but I said I
tried to say that.
But I was asking, like, is there anybody that you could think of? You know what I'm saying? Now you want to disjunctificate the whole situation. Is that what you want to do?
You did it, bro.
How did I do anything?
Because that was the very first question. That was the very first follow-up.
Is there anybody
on
here?
The list and who would you take off? Like, okay, to the list. You tripping about us thinking about the era, but then you want to make.
You ain't got to think about the era.
All right, fine then. Where's Richard Sherman on this list?
Would you put Rick takes out? I said, but see, you didn't hear the whole thing. I said, who would you put on? Who would you take off so that you could put whoever you want to put on?
All right, so Richard Sherman has the unique distinction that he's been to a Super Bowl as a corner and as a safety.
I don't care. He not beating out none of these dudes.
Richard Sherman for Ty Law or Troy Polamalu.
What you say? Troy Polamalu? Got you. Moana. Yeah. Lilo and Stitch. Whatever. What you say, Double J?
Well, the Super Bowl thing is kind of a moot point. Champ Bailey doesn't have a ring. It still didn't diminish how great he was.
No, I highlighted the fact that Richard Sherman reached the Super Bowl. He played significant snaps as both a safety and a corner. That's why I said that. So when we talk about who could we swap, I'm like, well, I can consider swapping Richard Sherman for Troy Polamalu or maybe Richard Sherman for Ty Law.
All I know is Night Train Lane is darn near
and he's not on this list
in Madden. So
you know what? Listen, okay. There are YouTube videos full of Madden glitches. Okay, I do not look at, especially what console you talking about? You talking about PS4 Madden?
You probably talking about an PS5 Madden 7.
PS5. Oh yeah. Listen, I invalidate anything, any game shot, any game screen or game shot from PS5 Madden, Absolutely. Xbox or PC. Well, you don't even play Madden on PC. Xbox is the way to go.
Look. All I can say is remember there's an auction system to that. So based on it would take an absurd amount of uniformity amongst the masses to try and alter someone's value. And when it comes to, we could let them speak on it just off of what those auction values are for those particular players, and it speaks for itself. Like I said, Deion's, they have, they release multiple versions of the same player, but
man, ain't nowhere in the world Deion should be behind no Night Train Lane. In no game.
So you make all right. So Double J, you make justification. Make that make sense. Like literally, when we say that, make it make sense that Night Train Lane is far and away above Deion Sanders,
even in the video game setting. Because what's the rating? What's Night Train's rating? Got it was 99.
It's certainly up there. Obviously, he was on the NFL 75th anniversary team. I just happen to remember that.
Okay. What was Deion's rating though?
He's got 3 of them. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to pull this thing up.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you put it out there. Pull it up.
Again, he had a bait. Remember, Night Train Lane had the bait and switch style, right? That would
Deion do too.
Yes, but okay.
Yes, Deion got the bait and switch. Oh, and don't make me throw up the footage of what Ed Reed did.
But remember, I felt like just from the highlights, because they played football back then, that Night Train Lane's level of physicality in terms of actually hard hitting resembled more of a safety. And that's what I loved about the fact that he was a corner.
Okay.
I mean, these are very valid points. And
I think how many interceptions did Deion have? I want to say 50 in the 50s, but Night Train Lane I know was in the, I want to say upper 60s somewhere in that. Because remember, that was never Deion's true like strength. It was his versatility. And he was somewhat of a shutdown guy. So that kind of works against you, because if they're not going to throw at you, you can't possibly be, statistically that dominant in that respect. It can hurt you in that to some degree.
Ain't no game.
Look at going and look at highlights.
68 career interceptions for Night
Thank
Train
you. Okay, cool. All right. I was in the realm.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sending you this because we want to talk about hybrids and IQs and whatnot. Yeah, I sent it to you, Double J. When you got a minute, we need to take a step away for a minute so that you can throw that up. Yeah, just a little something extra I want to, highlight for one of my dudes that's on here. And it's unfortunate. I'm no longer a Canes fan, After the way they lost to Georgia Tech this past season. No, they don't. No, my fandom, no. Mm-mm.
And Deion Sanders has a career of 53 interceptions.
And Night Train got how many?
68.
Dang.
I'm not going to say I rest my case, but you talk about Deion was never known for power, right?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But he was known
more.
He could shut down. He could shut down half the field, though.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, I'm not taking that away from him. Again, I thought he was one of the greatest players I ever got to watch. Loved what he did with the Braves. Just his entire demeanor and kind of swagger was something that I think had a much broader ripple effect, not only on pop culture, but the current,
But what about when he was a Yankee, though? See, nobody remembers Deion Sanders as a Yankee.
I was going to say that. I was going to ask that. Yeah. Yeah. What about when he was a Yankee?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have his best stuff as a Yankee as he did.
No, he did. I was just joking.
You
got to dig in the archives for those.
No, but that's the thing. You remember that those Braves teams in the mid '90s were, talk about dynasty. Those were one of the great, arguably one of the best pitching staffs ever.
Yeah, they just couldn't find a hit when it counted.
There's a football player, right? If you want, you want to be. Who was that ignorant analyst?
Why you look at me when you say that?
Oh, well, I thought, our resident historian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, ask the captain. He the one driving the ship today right now. You know what I'm saying? You see over there turning dials.
Don't mind me. I'm just Gilligan.
Yeah, hard to port, left rudder. Reverse engines full. I don't know, something, Captain Phillips.
You got a whole lot of ship terminology for somebody teasing me about it.
I'm just saying, sure enough, look like you over there got the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Love, keep us together. Double J, did you get that? Did you get the video, whatever it is? Can we replace it?
Yeah, no, give me just a second. It's almost ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna throw this back up right quick. Oh, whoa, okay, there we go. All right, you all see the 6 best players we got here: Darrell Reeves, Champ Bailey, Ty Law, Troy Polamalu, Sean Taylor, and Ed Reed. All right, and then as we were discussing this, something came about IQ and athletes and what a guy can do and what a guy can't do. This next video we're gonna throw up there, and trust and believe, y'all. Let me just say this right now. We do not own the rights to any of this stuff. Okay. We're just using it to illustrate or to make a point when it comes to football IQ. All right. Gully's guy is Deion, rightfully so. That's a good deal. I'm still taking Bo Jackson. Okay. Because it ain't that Bo wasn't capable or couldn't have. They didn't ask him to play all of that or be all of that on the football field. All right. But, just let me remind y'all when it was okay for me to be a Canes fan. Double J, can you press play on that, please? And start it from the beginning. Thank you very much. All right, there you go, right there. There we go.
Remember it, in which Peyton threw an interception to you.
Manning, pump fake, going deep for Wayne, intercepted inside the 10-yard line by Ed Reed.
He had studied you all week. I had his game the next week. Studied you all week. That when you opened your hips this way, when they had this route combination, you were going to hear, and he knew it.
It wasn't a route combination. It was a go.
Yeah, it was a go route.
He was going backside to Wayne on the go.
Yeah. So he had it all set up.
I'm sure he was dreaming about that. He opens to the middle of the field. As soon as he takes 2 steps in the midfield, he turns in wheels, turns his back on the quarterback, and beats Wayne to the ball. Best play I've ever seen a free safety make.
Peyton Manning, I'll guarantee you knew where Ed Reed was, and it had to fool him that he got all the way there.
You knew that Peyton knew what you would do.
Yeah.
And so you did the opposite of what he had been studying.
Yeah.
And he said it's the first time in his career that he made a career out of thinking what you're thinking and doing the opposite. It was the first time somebody thought what he was thinking, back at him, and you got him back again.
Yeah.
And he was still, the next week, just could not believe it had happened.
One of the greatest plays I've ever seen in the NFL.
Peyton, that particular play, studying him that week, he pumps that way, he throws that way. So if you look at the play, you'll see Peyton actually pump that way first. And then he looked back. And when he look at me, and I look like I'm going middle. But I know when he pumps, he's going back. That's why it happened that way. So I was just studying him throughout the week. It's like, oh, this is a gimme. If he pumps, I'm just going to open up, make it look like I'm going middle. But meanwhile, I'm turning the whole time. It was like a punt. Like Coach said, I was there before Reg.
One of the best plays I have ever seen.
All right. Shout out, baby. Yeah.
That's why I picked him. When you say which two, that's why I picked him.
Deion wasn't the only one to make you think he was over here, but he really know he'd come back over. And listen, Peyton Manning said it now. Where is he at on the Pantheon? Peyton Manning.
Right.
Okay.
He up there.
Peyton Manning said, hey, man, he and Peyton Manning was good for Omahas and Victors and 52 is the Mike, kill and all that.
He had him. Peyton Manning just knew he had him. Peyton was like, oh, I got him going. All right, cool. I
got him.
Yep.
Red was like, no.
Got him.
He said, no, I got you, son. Come on, man. That's when being a Canes fan used to mean something. Now, after that loss to Georgia Tech, I'm done. I threw all my I'm done. But anyway,
you ain't gonna get over it, man. You need to go sit on the couch, man.
I'm already sitting on the couch. Don't worry about where I'm sitting at. Don't you worry about none of that, okay, young fella. You know what I'm saying? You just keep hope alive. All I'm just trying to tell y'all is don't be disrespecting no Canes when I used to be a Canes fan. Okay, Sean Taylor, Ed Reed. Take your pick at everybody else. I ain't mad at you, but give me them two. Bump it. I'll turn Sean Taylor into a corner. Or Ed Reed, he was good enough to play corner. I'll turn him out there too. You don't even need no corners with them two out there. They can play 11 on 9.
Listen, me and you can work the corners.
Okay, yeah, on that note, yeah, we can take
break.
Yeah, and we'll be back. Yeah, because no, I didn't. Did you hear what? Yeah, you hear? Oh, you heard that, Double J?
I sure did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was about to click my camera back on. I'm just glad I didn't.
Yeah, thank you.
So
yeah,
I'll make sure. I hope that one hits the reels. That's for sure.
Yeah, he said something about and he could have said, "No, man, you could bend some corners." No, you gonna be hitting that corner by yourself, Joe. Okay, because I'm this close away from wearing the Depends. Ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? I tried that. Hey, girl, she was like, "Go, if you don't get back in the house." Just saying. Yeah, we about to take another commercial break because this is unbelievable. I can't do this, y'all. This time I need a 20. Yeah, go get some more of these cookies because this dude right here, he's gonna be out on the corner. That's right, Eddie G's Cookies. When you're on your way to Grandma's house, you just see that Travel Centers of America, stop in and go get one of them snickerdoodles and tell them the BSJ said come that way, or you can slide over to Myers, if I'm not mistaken. And a few of the select Myers, I don't know if they're in all Myers, but just a couple of them, I'm not sure, but they got them over they got them over there too at Myers, the grocery store centers of America, baby, because they getting ready to take over. Ain't gonna be no more Giant Eagles and Tops and Food Lions and Kroger's. Well, I don't know, Kroger's might still be here for a minute, but the rest of them, they finna be.
Have you been to a Meijer yet that was dirty?
No. And I make sure when I go back again, I make sure I do my part to keep it that way.
Yeah, like I don't care what area they put them in. Like Meijer is always maintained, even during the holiday season. Even more so than Target. Like Meijer makes sure they keep the store looking clean. Like that's a good feeling when you're shopping and spending all your money.
That's not Target. That's Target.
No. When they make it look like the way they do, it's Target. Because it looked like it got hit by a Target.
Okay. Double J, can we get an update on any of the NBA scores right now currently that's taking place?
Yeah, in 1986, Lakers versus Celtics. That's what we're about to give us.
No,
he about to give us the NBA 2K, my league.
Yeah, Night Train Lane over Dion. I don't know, Double J. That's probably why you don't play no more, huh? You took a couple L's.
But I'm gonna tell you something though, Barbershop. This is why, even though while I could make the argument, I'm not saying that I would make the argument, because football was played totally different from 1953 to 65 until the 90s. Now, there are certain universal truths, if you will, but the game was played differently. Furthermore, what video or historical archive footage do we have in abundance to show us how great Night Train Lane really was at that position?
Well, NFL films. Yeah, NFL films.
I mean, but do they, even if they have it, like, can you really capture? Do they have enough of his footage to capture his greatness in abundance? I don't think so. See what I'm saying? So this is where when we talk about this GOAT debate and all of that, and across sports, it's hard to say that, man, because the guys that were the greatest in years before social media or before video media, back in print media, you don't have the footage, you don't have the stories to tell. So it's hard to anoint a GOAT.
But here we go. How is that even a thing?
That's what I'm saying. That's my argument against it. It's the only way. So for me, the only way I could have a GOAT argument is I ask or I consider, in your era of dominance, how far and away were you from the rest of your peers? Because that's the only metric that you can have. Because in every era, there were GOAT contingents, but in some eras, the guys that we argued that were the GOAT separated themselves distinctively from their peers. Right?
Yeah,
that's the reason why we can say Michael Jordan is the greatest, because once Michael Jordan reached his prime, he alone was the only reason why he didn't win more titles.
Okay, right. But when you talk about guys that separated themselves, in other words, that's again, to say that that's a misappropriation of the term.
What's a misappropriation of what term?
GOAT.
Yes.
Jordan separated himself, but then there were others. He's not the only one to ever have separated himself from everybody else that ever played.
Well, from his era. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
in your era, how your era of dominance, right? for you to be the best ever, or for you to be the best in the league, when you look at that, what was your body of work in your prime? And how far away did it separate you from your peers or from others that could argue that they were the GOAT? If you say Magic and Bird, right? If you argue that in the 80s, it was between Magic and Bird being the GOAT. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you got to say one of and not the. Because here's the thing, the definition of all time, quote unquote, this is why I say it's when people use that, it's a misappropriation of the term. If you say that someone or something is, for example, the best writer of all time or the most successful movie of all time, you mean, when you say that they are the best or most successful that there has ever been.
Right.
You can't say that, not even about Jordan.
Exactly.
Not about Kareem.
Exactly.
Not about Bill Russell.
So in his lifetime, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that when we talk about that, we could talk about the best of this era.
That's more fair. That's more specific.
Yeah, era, because
you do decades or whatever the case.
Yeah, the best of the decade, the best of this era, and you can look at their whole body of work. So in this era, so in the LeBron James era, it includes 21 seasons. There's transitions. There are 3 decades to consider in this era. That's something to consider. And his top tier status in any of the 3 decades certainly makes a mark that he's the greatest of the era, whether I agree or not. You're
talking about Mike.
I know I can even say that about LeBron, right? Oh, and then there's the Steph Curry.
Where's Kobe at though? I'm about to say. I was going to say, what about Kobe? Or definitely Steph. What about Steph?
It merges, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. The argument can be made. The argument can be made that LeBron is the best of the era, because
if somebody wanted to make a case for Steph, they could if they wanted to do that.
They could if they consider from 2009 to 2024, when Steph was in his prime. Look how productive he was. Look at the championship moments he had, win or lose. Right. Look at his ability to carry, to be a leader of a team to get them there. Again, I think Steph's biggest mark his hallmark achievement as the best of the era is the 2022 NBA title, because nobody expected them to be there. Now, once playoff time got to start, and then you started to figure out, wait a minute, these are the Golden State Warriors after all. That was a team that nobody expected to be in that position. It was supposed to be the Lakers or the Nuggets or the Clippers. They got themselves together, or even the Celtics at that time. The Celtics and the Bucks.
Hey, let me throw some out here at you. I mean, we talking NBA, and we're gonna get to something else. We're gonna get to the somebody put a list out on the book, and I grabbed it. 10 greatest NBA players of all time. Let me see if you all agree or disagree. But right quick, Anthony Davis said after the Lakers lost yesterday, we have stretches where we just don't know what we're doing on both ends of the floor. And then Darvin Ham weighed in. He said, I just chalked that up to being frustrated. It's an emotional game, but I'll agree to disagree on that one. What are your thoughts right quick on what's going on with the Lakers?
Can you restate what Darvin Ham said?
He said, I'll just chalk that up to being frustrated. It's an emotional game, but I'll agree to disagree on that one.
That's a confusing statement, because in my opinion, he validated Anthony Davis's frustration. He like, yeah, we got stretches where we don't know what we're doing. And you know what? Darvin Ham saying, yeah, when you're frustrated, that happens. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis said, we got stretches where we don't know what we're doing on both ends of the floor. He says, we go through these ruts. And Darvin Ham, I guess in response, or when asked about the statement, it sounds like, he says, well, it's an emotional game. And so that happens. But I'll agree to disagree. What do you disagree about? Unless you saying unless you saying something that we has unofficial LeBron James haters read one way, but he's reading differently. What I mean by that is, if it's an emotional game, like I said just a few moments ago, if it's an emotional game and you do get frustrated, you will move about as if you don't know what you're doing if you're frustrated and you can't, have composure. Because you're trying to force things to happen. You're trying to force something, or you have.
But at this stage, at this stage in age, though, you are a veteran for a reason, because you've seen just about any and all situations that could play out.
Okay.
So being frustrated, you could be frustrated in the moment at the way the game is going in that moment, but the situation shouldn't be frustrating to you because you've seen them all before.
No, come on, man. Why? Okay, then why did Steph get ejected in Game 5 in 2016 versus the Cavs? He's seen it all before. When he threw his mouthpiece.
Yeah, but
he already knew the type of environment they was in, and he knew the pressure that they were under. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's a lot of excuses over there, bro.
What I'm saying is that's why I said
a lot of excuses over there, man.
That's what I said.
Darvin Ham ain't no good. Frank Vogel wasn't no good. Blatt wasn't no good. Jim Brown. Mike Brown wasn't no good.
No, you might as well say it. Jim Brown wasn't no good.
Yeah, him too. Jim Brown wasn't no good. Paul Silas wasn't no man. He wasn't no good. Who else that didn't have coaching? Was Eric Spoelstra? Well, ain't no good. You get what I mean? I don't.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying.
Amazing.
If Darvin Ham, in my opinion, based off of what Darvin Ham's saying, if he's saying I'll agree to disagree, he's suggesting that this emotional phase that what Anthony Davis attributes to being an emotional kind of frustration, where they don't know what they're doing. He's saying, nah, somebody trying to move differently than what we should. So it's not frustrated. It's not, we don't know what we're doing. It seemed to me like Darvin Ham is indicating, well, somebody moving away against the way we should. So I'll agree to disagree about it being about emotions, or we don't know.
Do you see them getting swept, the Lakers?
I do see them getting swept. I certainly think it's possible. You don't?
No. I just think they got the same problem as the Cavs.
What's that?
When they play the Nuggets, man, they just hand their lunch money over.
Now, see, I don't,
because they didn't have leads. They didn't have big leads, and just about every, bro, they blew a 20-point lead.
They blew a 20-point lead in Denver. Now,
so that tells me if you was up 20 in Denver, that you're more than capable. Because if you're not capable or at all capable, then you getting your mouth kicked in from start to finish.
So, do you think the Denver Nuggets are the team that's built to allow that to happen and not look at themselves in the mirror like, hey, we
Double
can't.
J, you decided to join us? I mean, my guy.
Hey, welcome to the show, Double J. I'm Gully.
Yeah, my gosh. You know what I mean? I thought it was just, you know what I'm saying, the Ren and Stimpy show. Me and this guy right here. You know what I mean? Ed and Eddie.
Now, anyway. what I'm saying is, I don't know. Remember, I just think about
who you
Mike
asking
Malone.
To remember, me or Double J?
Both of y'all.
Oh, well.
I just think about last year's Western Conference Finals and how Mike Malone spoke at the press conference and said, after game 1, the Lakers have figured things out and they'll get themselves back together. And then after game 2, you came up with the same excuse. The Lakers have figured themselves out. They'll be back together.
Who said that? Mike Malone?
Yeah, he said that because that was the narrative. The narrative was that the Lakers beat themselves. The Denver can't really hold them. The Lakers are beat themselves.
Oh, got it. Oh, he's taking lightweight. He's taking digs.
Right. So that's what he did. That's what he did, and they went to sweep them. Right. I don't know that Mike Malone is a guy that's going to be able to tell that's overlooking the fact that they blew a 20-point lead. It's like, no, we cannot allow that to happen again.
Okay, I got you.
And I don't think, that's what I think. I think they're gonna put the pressure on because clearly, right? Anthony Davis didn't already said it. They're frustrated. They play like they don't know what they're doing. The coach saying, no, that's not the case. So there's a disagreement.
A disconnect.
There's a disconnect on their dysfunction. So
do they put the fun in dysfunctional?
Nah, the Nuggets do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. The Nuggets made their dysfunction look fun. So what I'm saying is if there's confusion about what's wrong and they're down 2-0 and they survived a late game scare in their house, right?
Hold that thought. We're gonna take another break, y'all, and then we're gonna take it on home. When we come back, we're gonna let Gully finish his thought, and then we're gonna let Jubble J take us the rest
Jubble
of the way.
J.
Yes, Jubble J, because he ain't said Fabergé, he ain't said nothing today.
Jubble J.
Anyway, we're gonna take a we out.
It's K Cunningham, and you watching the Shop Report. I'm Harvey Diallo, and you watching the Shop Report.
My name's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
You're Jay Knight, you're watching the Shop Report.
Max McKee, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Van. We're from Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report.
All right, we are back. Go ahead, finish your thought, Gully. And then I got before I get to Double J, I'm gonna read something. Well, I'll let you talk, Double J. Then I'll read something that you pointed out a long time ago, Gully, and I can't even find that show either. But go ahead.
But again, they don't know. They're having disagreements on what the nature of the dysfunction is. Denver has got to be able to seize that opportunity and keep the clamps down on them. You can't allow a 20-point lead to be built up. They did that in your house, right? So you know what the type of environment is going to be in LA, so they can't allow that. I think that Denver's going to put the screws together, and they're going to make it real hard for them.
Double J, your thoughts?
Well, again, they blame the shooting woes for game 2, and I think it's difficult for a team to potentially just acknowledge that they're not, that another team is superior.
Well, you should never say it, even if it's the truth.
Right, and that's why I think
it shouldn't be the case. If you got the world's best player to ever play the game, I mean, what you mean? It shouldn't be the case.
Well, and now, of course, they're turning towards his age as the rationale.
No, I think the biggest problem was he complained about that last possession while it went on. He left Anthony Davis on an island, and Jamal Murray and let's be
it looked familiar. Didn't that shot resemble another shot? That
it looked like Kawhi Leonard on Joel Embiid.
Yes,
and to be honest with you, I don't know.
Murray should have never been able to turn that corner, though. To tell you the truth,
what'd you say?
He should have never been able to turn that corner.
Now, is that on Anthony Davis or the help that he was supposed to have? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Anthony Davis was coming to help.
That's the thing. So
who helped the helper?
That's what I'm saying. So
who
that's
helped the helper. And why is he not mandated?
No, because I'm gonna tell you, because I saw the Facebook post today about how productive number 23 was for the Lakers in the fourth quarter, and it was a remarkable stat line. I'm like, yo, he did that's shades of that same dude in Detroit. You know, being productive on the ball to keep them in the game. Fair enough. He didn't get a call on a basket that they made. He was complaining about a call on a basket that they made. They scored 2. He was complaining for a third and got so upset that he was not in position to help out. Because another thing that we know about Mr. 23, he has an uncanny ability according to the haters. It's uncanny if you're a hater. He has an uncanny ability to make clutch stops. I've seen him do it over Tony Parker in the finals. He can do it in the clutch. He's capable of doing that. If you talk about that game,
he's 126 years old though. He's too old now.
Yeah, but he
don't go right. He's too old.
Yeah, but he had enough energy that was a tough basket, and maybe he should have got the call or not. Maybe he should have got the call, but he made the basket and he was complaining about it, and that's what cost him the ability to help out on that shot.
Let me tell you,
if he's there, I'm telling you like this: where irrespective of my overall opinion of LeBron James, if he's where he should be, Murray does not have has easier shot. That was a simple step back. That's the thing that they practice. Hey, so Anthony Davis being there was nothing. It could have been Anthony Davis and Shaq in that same position coming together. It would have been nothing. That was an easy step back put in. It was a sigh of relief. It was almost too easy.
Listen, I said the Lakers would win this series.
You did say that.
Because I thought, well, you ain't got to be reaching for nothing to drink after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, wow, this, you know what I mean? Anyway, because I thought that your boy would actually this go round really truly make everybody else better by going down there next to AD and playing at that 4 spot. And let D'Lo listen. He's still listen.
You said playing at the 4 on the offense?
No. I'm saying at the end of the day,
yeah,
he's still too bald. The Lakers need front court solidification.
Okay.
He could help out on that front. If he spent more time playing next to AD instead of out in front of AD, let D'Lo bring the ball up, man. Let D'Lo handle the. Then now in certain situations, you could have it. You understand? But throughout the course of D'Lo, the point guard, man, stop dominating the ball. Steal. Let him play his game, bro, and go down there and be that fortress down there next to AD. Sit Hachimura down or whatever and bring somebody else in as a next guard or whatever. But you go down there at the 4 and the 5 in this series, I thought would be Bron and AD.
Was it Paul Pierce?
Or matter of fact, just let Bron play the 5 and let AD play the 4.
No, I don't know that. I thought that AD, I thought one of those positions he prefers not to play.
AD don't like playing the center.
He don't like playing the center?
He don't like playing 5.
Okay. Yeah, so let LeBron do it.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Bron got the girth and all of that. You know what I mean? Let him bang with Joker. Exactly. Adam Silver says something that you've been saying for a while, Gully. Let me pull this up right quick. Yeah, because at the end of the day, that shot, the game's outcomes a lot of times come down to the shot selection / decision that you make based on the situation. As a rule, I don't care what level, from the park all the way to the parquet and all points in between. You've asked yourself after an offensive possession, is that the best shot you could have got for that possession? Every situation you ask yourself, is that the best you could? If that's the best shot you could have got, then I can live with it. But if you're taking shots just to be taking shots, and that ain't the best shot you could have got on that possession, then what we talking about for real, man? That's all I want to know. Because
109-101 Heat.
Without no Jimmy Butler, how many threes? Yeah. How many threes did the Celtics miss?
Looks like so Tatum 2 of 6, Holiday 1 of 4, White 2 of 4, Jaylen Brown 4 of 9. As a team, they shot 37%. Miami 53%.
How many attempts?
I want to know the attempts, not the percent. I want to know the attempts. How many did they take?
I think because the game is going on.
12-32.
See, that's the part that people are missing about what we're saying. I'm sorry.
Thank you. They leave you. No, don't be sorry, because everybody wants to be. They think selective and objective at the same time, like it's synonymous, like you can be both. No, you cannot. You can't pick and choose one slice of pie and try to make a whole argument off that one slice. No. How many times have we said this or asked this? Don't just talk to me about how many they made. I want to know the attempts to go along with.
The attempts, right. So, all right. So, now, here's the thing. In Miami's case, right, Miami is shooting 54% from 3. They making over half of them, right? They 6, 10, 11.
No, they shot 23 of 43.
They still shot 43 times.
That's what I'm
they still put up 43 of those, right?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Now, they were on fire, right? They were on fire. See, if you're talking about, you shooting half of your shots from 3, but you making half of your shots, then we don't really have an argument here. And I'm not about to make one, because if you hot from 3, you're hot. But these teams are colder than the Alaskan. Never mind. Listen, okay. These teams are colder than Buffalo winter. And they still shooting at 30. They still making 20. They're still taking 20 to 30 shots a game from 3. And somehow some metric is dictating that they should do that. Well, no, the metric is dictating that this
should take better. Thank you. Like, for instance, Ant Edwards, statistically or percentagely, if that's a word, he didn't have the best game the other day. He didn't. But guess what he did have? He had timely scores and timely plays based on situations.
Right.
And they did what? They got the W.
But look, how much of this this is where it gets interesting, right? Beyond just the 3-point shooting as a whole, when it comes to Boston, you got, as you see, 33 and 28 out of their main 2. We often, we just talked about it with Denver and the Lakers, that right away the finger gets pointed to the supporting cast. And so you take a look over here, on the screen. Here we go.
Oh, my man, D Banner, I was wondering when you was going to come. Oh, shoot. I ain't even brushed my teeth or nothing. Oh, man, when this guy come on, oh, man, I got to get ready for this dude right here. Let me do a couple push-ups or something. Okay, hopefully the Cavs are paying attention on how to beat the Celtics in the second round. Yeah, boy, that's what's crazy. Me and my son was just talking about that. Because here's the thing.
If they get there, here's the interesting part.
If who get there?
If the Celtics get there. Now, here's why. Remember, Terry Rozier is about a week out. Then Jimmy Butler is about 2 weeks out.
Wait a minute. Wait. Because then Miami just beat. Okay, well,
Miami will continue to get better as time goes on. The longer,
and they just beat them in Boston.
Right.
Correct.
So they're going back home.
They're going back. So they effectively at the moment they've taken home court advantage. They got the next 2 at home.
This is why. But here's the thing: despite as a team shooting 53%, other than Duncan Robinson, no one really shot poorly. Look at the balance here, right? 11, 21, 21, 24, 14.
Yes. Wow.
Versus 28, 33, 13, and then it's all single digits.
Well, wait a minute.
So go back up real quick. Right. The starters, all starters in double digits. And that looks like great ball distribution. That looks like somebody that can coach.
Well, let me say this. I said I didn't. The Celtics are more than capable, but I said I do not trust them because of their style of play. Once again, they went and got True Holiday to do what? Because I see the ball in Tatum and Brown's hands more so than I do Drew Holiday's hands. I'm just trying to figure out what you all are making these moves, and you're going to get a guy. Heat culture and great coaching. Take notes, JB Bickerstaff. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But you know what? In trust with younger players, despite the 4-13 shooting, Jaime Jaquez is making a big difference for that Miami Heat team. Amani is getting frustrated where he's at. He does. I'm telling you right now.
JB don't like playing younger guys. But I tell you what, you saw the other day though. He had Mitchell and Mobley. Remember, I said you can't play all 4 of them. Only 2 of the 4 with shooters is what seems to work. And he in that lineup, he had that lineup late in the 4th quarter. I think then he had where Garland and Mitchell was on the floor with just maybe Jared Allen, I believe, or something like that. Late in that game. Yeah, but he didn't figure it out. you can't play off. And then Mobley, man, Mobley might be the one that might be up out of there.
Why is that?
He like a newborn baby deer, bro. When I watch him run down the court, man, he ain't got his legs, man. He ain't got his legs, bro.
He doesn't seem to really fit the system.
Well, what is the system? Because JB found his system by default. Let's be real now. When he had
I would say by accident.
Yeah, that's by default. Saying okay, you say tomato, I'll say tomato and cheese and enchiladas and quesadillas. I'm just saying.
I had quesadillas, by the way. I had
here we go. Don't nobody.
Okay, it was really good. All right, you should get a brisket. I had brisket quesadillas too. It was really like sweet and savory.
No, all right. With some colored paper or some Pedialyte, one of the two. WJ, can we throw my 10 greatest back up here and then block it out? So because we're not ready for that just yet. Oh wow, really? This guy right here.
Well, you said, can we throw it up here
and block it out?
That's what you said.
He threw it block it out. I said that too.
I said that too. Did exactly what you just said. Why you yelling? He said, "You throw it up here and block it out." And what did Double J do? He threw it up there and he blocked it out.
He blocked it out. All right. The NBA has discussed. I've been saving this right here to give you credit.
Thank you.
But I'm not now. Yeah, that's right. Turn the wheel, Issa, over that way. The NBA has discussed a proposal that the round to which a team advances in the NBA Cup, is that the play-in? What is the NBA Cup? The NBA tournament?
Just keep going, whatever trash you're talking about.
In the NBA Cup would be used as the first postseason tiebreaker.
The round
to which a team advances in the NBA Cup would be used as the first postseason tiebreaker.
Yeah, so the NBA Cup must be the midseason tournament.
Right. So it's per Sham Sharinia.
Okay, so yeah, so two teams. So the 7th and 8th team ends the season at 49-33, but the Pacers went to the NBA Cup final, so they'd get the edge over the Hornets. Okay, that's cool. No, give them add a separate draft pick.
D Banner weighing in. He said they play with the personality of the coach. JB so passive. Mobley needs a fire lit. We got to keep him. Interesting. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, you know what? Speaking of the Cavs Magic, did you all see when you could hear the crowd noise, but you couldn't hear the announcers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see how people was talking about that was a different game?
Yes.
A different perspective?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have I not been saying for the longest?
Right. And I told you, look,
watch your game on mute.
There's ESPN Plus out there, of course, that'll give you above the rim cameras or just different camera angles. Take advantage of this stuff. Really watch the game and tune out the nonsense and the circus.
It's hard. It's hard.
Isn't there a cam that gives you the 2K style?
I don't.
Yeah. Yes, there is. Exactly, Gully. Yep. You nailed it. That's perfect.
Yeah, but that's 2K though.
What I mean, but when we're saying that is what it does is it flips the camera where the offensive team is in the foreground and the defensive team in the back, but there's no game audio. There's no color commentary.
Right, but that's on 2K. They're not going to do that.
No. There is a live view. There is some broadcasts. I don't know if it's TNT that does it when they broadcast games or ESPN.
Oh, really?
They have like an
they have that option.
Yes, man. And I'm telling you, it's perfect because to your point, there's obviously a huge number of people that play the game, but to be able to see it in a way that again you're used to playing as well without the sound. You're able to then kind of diagnose things and see it in a perspective that I think the casual fan, right, and the video game player can actually relate to and say, why is this happening? Why is that happening? It really is a huge difference maker on top of your point. I mean, like it's literally a double dose of perfection.
Listen, bro. I mean, Gully, I've been saying this for 10, 15 years?
Yeah. Now, see,
And when we were watching that the other day, my son was like, "Dad, you hear that?" I was like, "No, I don't." He's like, "Oh, so that's why." I said, "Oh my gosh!" I said,
my hearing aids.
I said, "Man, they stealing my idea." And it was by accident. I said, "Bruh, I'm trying to tell y'all." And people, the first time I mentioned this to a guy, he was like, "Man, get out of here with that, man. Ain't nobody gonna watch the game without no sound." I said, "Bruh, the point of it is, in this case, is that you're going to get a different perspective than you do with sound. And it may be not the same, but it's akin to when you watch your favorite movie. The very first time you went to the movies to see, let's say, whatever movie,
Training Day.
Okay, Training Day. That's right. Denzel was in it. Oh, I got to go see that. Okay, right. But then you see it again at home with you and the wife or that. You be like, man, did he do that? I ain't noticed that. You're going to always get something each time you go to visit it or watch it. You're going to get something from it the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time that you didn't get it from the first and the second time. I'm trying to tell you, and that's what it's akin to. Watch a game with no sound. I even challenge people just to do it for a half. They couldn't do it. They didn't want to do it. And they know why? Because part of that experience is supposed to be distracting.
Correct.
You get what I'm trying to say? So that you can't, so then you can only hone in. And I forget, there's some sort of cerebral cognitive something that goes along with that, where when you're watching it live or whatever, then when at the end, when something controversial happens, you be like, man, he shouldn't have pushed him, man. That was a foul. Well, that's what with all of the distraction, your mind was trained just to see that moment. Yeah. And not all the other stuff that led up into and surrounding that moment, which should be included when you're assessing that moment. If that makes any sense, give me a moment.
Correct.
I'm just saying.
No, it was, I think the idea of it is, wow, Double J and I were aware that there are some alternative broadcasting options when you're watching it, when you're streaming the game. It's the fact that now the public knows. Now the public got wind of these options. It was cool.
Wow.
To see
and I didn't know that.
Like, that's what I'm saying. People didn't really know that this was an option, or they poo-pooed it. And here's the thing. In the era of the home theater, in the age of the home theater, 85, 90, 95-inch screen TVs with theater surround sound, to have a game piped in without commentary, it's like you being there anyway. It's like you going to the game.
That's what my son said. He said, That's like, he said, I felt like I was right there in the game.
Yep. It's like the suite, man. That's listen, they should make that more of an option.
Visualize the game and put yourself in the picture.
Yeah.
Man, Kara, that's one little bit of something right there. All right, Double J, let's get to our 10 greatest NBA.
Oh, by the way, to Adam Silver's suggestion, like, listen, nothing means anything about this cup unless there is a protected draft pick. There should be a 33rd
pick. You said that.
What? Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Bro,
you can make it a 30. There should be a 33rd pick. There should be a top 10 protected pick given to the winner of the NBA Cup. It should be there. Give somebody reasons to play for. If Wemby won't help, let's go win this tournament so that way I can get some help.
Yeah, because why is Silver why is it even on the table, Double J, if it's not possible?
What do you mean it would be on the table?
What Silver is proposing.
As you said, like a tiebreaker. You didn't say a draft pick.
No. Yeah, what you talking about? Yeah. And that what it is? Hold up there. Wait a minute.
Not. They saying that see, they need to make this cup more important, because after a while, people realize how much of a farce it actually is. It was nothing to the fan.
I'm telling you, every other league has it, and obviously there's a payday involved. I told you to be expanded to the G League, because then you want to see Heart and Hustle play, because that's more than they're going to make in 3 years, unless they're on a two-way contract. It has legs to grow, and it should be inclusive of their entire product. Either do that or have an additional one. Because again, in England, they have the FA Cup. I pointed that one out. Every league has a domestic cup. I would call it that, on top of some regional ones, or kind of international, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I still don't know
that's
that
the NBA's problem. I mean, they could open it up to challenge other teams, but then it could be bad on them because what we're already starting to see at the global level. They put this team together and then they lay an egg. Then what?
Well, here's the problem that we already had this year.
Champion starts to really, stink on ice.
But here's a problem that we already had this year with the cup.
Well, as long as you're NBA champion, then you ain't got to worry about being a world champion because you're a world champion if you're NBA champion.
Yes, you're right. Exactly. Because the best players in the world playing.
You're not. I'm being facetious and cynical.
Because the best players in the world playing the league. Everybody can play in the league.
Exactly, but they're not playing against everybody in the world, though. They're not playing against everybody in the world. What were you saying, though? Go ahead, finish your thought.
What part about being great does that really say?
What you mean? What?
We just looked at a game that there were 53 3-point attempts just from one team.
Okay.
You're telling me that style of play is the best in the world?
I'm telling you, Dennis Schroeder led Germany to the World Cup. Why? He can't average 20 points in his league, but he led.
He had blonde hair.
He led the team.
He had blonde hair.
Remember that also was inclusive of a group from the United States.
A group from the United States, of bench players. A role player can lead a team to an international cup. Like, what part of this y'all not getting?
Players because the sixth man is coming off the bench too, and it's in the
so,
world.
So I'm saying, in the league that he plays in, he's not a starter.
But they beat the home of that league.
But guess what, though? It's a lot of guys on NBA benches. Hold on, but it's a lot of guys on NBA benches that could be starters somewhere else now.
Exactly, like in the world stage. So NBA bench players
in LA, Clippers don't mean
NBA bench players can lead. Listen, NBA bench players can lead international teams to world championships.
But NBA bench players can be started in a lot of cases on NBA teams.
Style of play.
What does it got to do with style of play?
Everything. Everything has to do with style of play.
Because why could the American player lead the international team?
No, that's why they're losing at the world level. Because the rest of the world don't play that way, and they can't handle it.
How did they lose? Listen, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. Listen, no, ain't no hold on. No. Y'all got to run it. No, let me go. Listen.
Okay, let me get you on the line. Okay, we got a question. We got a 14, 15.
Listen.
Kobe,
the bench players from the NBA lead professionals from other world leagues to World Cups. Every time there's a world championship, pause. Hold on. Let me finish the question. Every time there's a world championship, the player that wins the MVP for that tournament is always an NBA player. Dennis Schroeder is an NBA player. He was the league MVP for FIBA, wasn't he? Who won the MVP?
It may have been one of the Wagners.
I don't know. Yeah, it might have been one of the Klitschko brothers. Who knows?
No. It was an NBA player.
I mean, even the Gasols are still playing for Spain. I mean, come on.
Even the Gasols who are still NBA veterans. Every team that wins international.
Who's the best player in the NBA not right now? Is he a foreign player?
Yeah, you know he is.
Okay, then. So what I'm
what league is he in?
No, listen, hold on. But he in the NBA.
Exactly
what did he say about the league?
That's exactly the point.
But what did he say about the league, though?
Huh,
Helen?
What did he say about the league?
That it was easy. That the world is harder.
Okay, so why is it that so again,
there are more foreign players who are more prevalent in your NBA than there are NBA players from the NBA in the States that are prevalent in the NBA.
So is that to suggest that Joker is not one of the best players in the world?
What I'm telling you is,
answer that.
Joker is not. It ain't. What do you mean? That's not even. That goes without saying. What are you talking about?
Why is it go? How does it go without saying? If one of the world's best
Don't try to act like bench
league,
players. Don't try to act like bench players in the NBA going over to lead other dudes from the other country or whatever it is. Like them other dudes in the other country, they not making a swarm over here. A lot of them other dudes. I know you don't understand what I'm saying because you don't understand
what you're saying. You know why I don't understand what you're saying? It's because the bench players in the league are team leaders on the world stage. Dennis Schroeder is 8th in a rotation at best. However, in a world's tournament with all of the world's greatest players from the countries, he's the team leader in production.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. NBA champion and world champion is not a champion.
Same thing.
The world.
It's not. Best players in the world playing the NBA.
How long of a head start did the United States have as it pertained to basketball than the rest of the world?
The head start is eroded because Joker, like y'all just tried to intimate, Joker is one of the league's best players. He's about to win his third MVP in 4 years. So the international, and domestic
international game is not to be as dismissed as you like to be trying to be dismissed.
I'm not dismissing it. I'm not dismissing it.
Because the league is already trending that way. And the league they're starting to go more towards this Globetrotter style with their gray-haired referees, the silver foxes that are
we're not gonna have that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Time out.
Hey, that was their verbiage, not mine.
Yeah.
So my point is,
when you said that?
The head start is gone. We can blame AAU. We're gonna have a whole. We'll have millennia of shows to blame.
When the World Cup happens and the next gold medal team features no NBA players, then we could talk about the World Championships. Shouldn't be considered as NBA.
Hey, watching my use.
When the next international tournament happens and the team that wins does not feature an NBA player,
Well, I said the same thing about the World Series when we first had this discussion. Yeah, when in baseball, when they was calling it the World Series. I said
the World Series of baseball.
Okay,
the World Series of baseball, right? That for baseball, that is a misnomer.
No, I'm talking about when they didn't have. I'm talking about when they didn't have foreign players on the roster.
Because internationally,
when they didn't have international players on the roster, they were still calling it the World Series.
They shouldn't have, and I agreed with you on that.
Okay, and they still shan't
because they were there. No, the difference is there were arbitrary barriers to who they allowed to play in the league. They didn't let black players play. How can it be world champions? You're not letting the whole demographic of players into the league. There has not been a situation where a foreign-born player was barred with saying, no, we don't allow you into the league. Anybody can come and play in the league if they're talented enough. Okay. That's why Luka's here. That's why Joker's here. That's why Pablo Banchero is here. That's why Sarunas Marshalanis is here. That's why Drazen Petrovic is here.
He's not here.
That's why
Arvydas Sabonis is not here.
Is here.
That's why
my son is here.
Okay, well,
the league does not disallow.
Okay, well,
the league affords the opportunity for the best of the world to play.
Exactly. All right, let's get to our 10 greatest list so we can get on up out of here. Because I'm telling you, NBA champion ain't a world champion. It ain't.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
10 greatest players in NBA history. They're not.
Yes, they are.
They're not. Okay.
Yes, they are.
They're not. No, they're
not.
They
are.
No,
all right, then. Like I said, when the next international tournament happens and the team that wins that does not feature an NBA player, then you're right.
Man, that's probably
half of that roster wasn't NBA players.
Listen,
the team leader was an NBA player. What are you saying? I keep trying to tell you this. The guy that led Dennis Schroeder led Team Germany.
And Dennis Rodman led the Bulls. What's your point?
He was the most productive player in the international tournament. And he cannot, and he's a bench player in the league. The best on the world stage on an NBA roster is at best the seventh in rotation.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you say so. Right now,
where should he be starting?
10 greatest players in NBA history. Who do you have a problem with who's the 10? And I just grabbed this off the book.
Yeah, because George Mikan ain't on here.
Oh, here we go. Why? Because he a world champion?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
George Mikan ain't on here.
Yeah, what country?
Siberia ain't on here.
What country? Siberia
is not on here.
Okay, well, wait a minute. This is the 10 greatest players in NBA history, according to somebody off Facebook. I just pulled the list to see if you all agree.
Right.
You don't agree because Mike
should put that according to somebody off Facebook. Look,
I was trying to get there, but you said Mikan was the world champion.
The only reason why he put Wilt Chamberlain is in because he know his name. Because everybody else got a colored photograph.
Oh boy. Yeah, DB saying Steph Curry. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Yeah. At the end of Steph Curry. That's who need to be on this list too. Steph. No, he laughing at Steph being on the list. That's what he's.
Yeah, he laughing at Steph being on the list.
Okay, who would you take off and who would you put on? And
no one.
What?
No one.
No
one.
You're not going to take none of your world champions?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I will remove anyone.
Well, I would take.
Look at that list again. Who you removing? Because I think the easiest person to try to remove would be Steph. And who you putting in this place? Dominique? AI?
Nah.
Hakeem?
Ooh.
That might be the one swap I would make. Steph for Hakeem. Other than that, yes, he is.
Yes, he is. What?
Hey, you know what? Would you want to put
not even the best
Joker on that
ball
list?
Oh, stop! Oh, stop! And why?
What did you say, Double J?
I said, would you want to put Joker on this list if he wins one more? Because that's what, 3 MVPs, and then what would that be? Only the second title.
D Banner weighing in. He said Larry Bird not even. He said Larry Bird not even the best small forward of all time.
All right. Well, that's the problem is in this list you got 5 centers. 1, 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, you got 5 centers in this list.
Ball handling skills though. Shaq. We're gonna let Shaq bring the ball up, drop it off to Hakeem. I mean,
you might.
To Kareem.
You might, depending on you might.
I don't know, man. This is a good list.
It's a good list, but that's what I'm saying. Who would you take off? Like, this is a problem with this. There's a go ahead. All right, so then, all right. Let's say David Benham was right. All right, cool. Let's remove Larry Bird and then put who we putting in this place. Okay,
LeBron James.
Oh man, See? Okay, right.
See, this is why we can't do this. We can't do this. This is why we can't do this.
Exactly.
This is why we can't have a nice.
He's gonna be crying about he ain't get a call while the play is going on down the hall. The hall.
Listen, in the presence of if he's on the greatest, like. If he's on the greatest all-time team, you know how people make that.
Well, of course, I'm not shocked by that. Yeah. I'm not shocked by that.
After 21-7-7 for 21 years, by hook or by crook, it's still the same stat line. That does make him an all-time great. He's not the greatest I've seen play the game. That's what I'm saying. But I would be hard pressed to say he ain't the top 10 all time great. How?
Well, who else would you? Okay, so who you taking off to put him on? Steph.
So it would be either Steph Curry or Larry Bird. But remember, we only got 10 spots to fill. Or what? We're gonna take off Bill Russell? I told you my argument about Bill Russell being the greatest.
What's your argument about Bill Russell? Remind me.
In an era.
Oh, here we go.
In an era with that political climate. And fewer teams were in the way to have the what if matchups. So generally, you saw the best talent available night in and night out because there were fewer teams. So they always had the best. Here's a black man leading a team in a sport in a terribly segregated society. He saw the best available night in and night out, and he dominated.
Hey, he said RB told me that BSJ was the biggest LeBron hater next to Skip Bayless. Well, of course, anybody that's a LeBron apologist, they're gonna of course say that. You know what I'm saying? These one-word vocabularies. Like, really, that's the only word you got in your vocabulary, hater. Hey, and guess what? If me having a different opinion makes me a hater, then sign me up. Exactly, because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna think like everybody else think. You know what I'm saying?
David, did RB tell you that Barbershop picked them to win versus the Nuggets this year and likely go to the finals?
Of course, he's not gonna do that.
Did RB tell you that?
Of course, he ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's selective and objective too. You know what I'm saying? He coming there with his shoes on the wrong feet. You know what I mean? He got to say, yeah, okay, yeah.
So, like I said, my point is, he was a dominant center in an era where I would trust that he saw the absolute best competition available. And Okay, he was 6'8", and wasn't a lot of guys that was 6'8". I don't know.
Yeah, but he outdueled Will Chamberlain though, bro.
What'd you say?
He outdueled.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
they
but
both
how much of that was he wanted to be everybody's friend? Isn't that always the knock on Wilt?
Who wanted to be everybody's friend?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain spit on a guy in the elevator when a guy asked him
where you coming? He wanted to be everybody's friend. That ain't what I heard. Yeah.
Well, but again, it's hard to argue his dominance. They made every rule they could, without him playing on his knees, at that point in time. But so that's why I'm saying, how are you going to pull him?
How we going? What do you say? How you going to remove him, Will?
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Just take him off the list. Put somebody else up there. You put Hakeem up there. What you saying?
Yeah, you can put Hakeem. This is what I'm saying, man.
You could.
It's hard to name the 10 greatest in history, bro. Because for everybody that you would substitute, first of all, for everybody you would substitute, everybody you would sub in, we can already make an argument that why they shouldn't be there. But who would you remove from this list? Okay, you want to remove you want to remove Steph Curry. Steph Curry from 2009 to 2024 redefined the way the game of basketball is played. He's changed the game. Some would say for the worst because people just shooting threes all the time because they don't know how Steph Curry practices. And if they watched his practice instead of
they wouldn't be shooting the threes. Exactly. They wouldn't be shooting the threes out. That's why, to your point many moons ago, he should be putting out videos of how he got to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then these kids be like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Of course not. Everybody want to low manage, but you still, you know what I'm saying? Then you let me back in to play all these participation trophies. Man, stop it. It's only one Super Bowl trophy. It's only one NBA championship trophy. It's only one Stanley Smythe Cup. It's only one FIFA Cup. Okay, everybody don't get one. That's what you're playing for.
What does Kevin Durant have to do to get on this list?
Win a title.
No, he gonna have to do more than that.
No, he got to win the title.
Man, please, he got to do more.
He got to win the title. You don't have to have. You don't have to have.
You're not gonna be on this list. I'm sorry.
I mean, well, yeah, everybody on here got a title.
He's not gonna be on this.
No, Larry Bird Larry Bird has 3. Wilt has 1.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Be off of the list?
Say again.
Should Magic be off of the list?
What?
If you're going to remove Larry, then why not Magic?
Why not Magic? Magic was the architect. And listen, Magic is the reason why Kareem has
success was because of Kareem.
No, it's the other way around. Because here's the thing. No,
Magic
Kareem
and Bird were a
7
thing
seasons.
before. Magic and Bird were on their way with Indiana State and Michigan State, bro. Magic
and
Johnson
Kareem
was a
spent
dog
7
before Kareem. No disrespect to Kareem, but Kareem didn't make Magic, bro. Magic was already coming. Him and Bird was already.
Yeah, but that's the collegiate game. We're talking NBA history here.
So all right. So listen, NBA history. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Who makes a valid point in this album?
Kareem was a Laker for 7 seasons before Magic arrived.
Because if we want to talk about college, look what Kareem did. If anybody,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a Laker for I think 7 seasons before Magic arrived. At least 6. What did the Lakers do with Kareem before Magic arrived?
Well, they had the 1 ring with Jerry West, but who did they keep losing to? Boston. That rivalry.
No.
Listen what I said. Listen what I said again.
What did the Lakers do with Kareem before Magic got there?
They certainly weren't losers.
Name a finals appearance.
The Jerry West year.
Kareem wasn't on that team then.
He's asking.
Kareem didn't play with the Lakers with Jerry West.
What he's saying is when the Lakers got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, from that point from which they got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, wait a minute, but he had already won with the Bucks.
Like I said,
we talking about in the Lakers uniform.
In the Lakers uniform,
he was saying in general NBA history, he was already a winner.
No.
Okay, so if he was a winner, what did he do with the Lakers before Magic arrived? Did they even see an NBA final?
Or if you're suggesting that Kareem made Magic.
If you're suggesting that Kareem made Magic,
I mean, he had how many MVPs, Kelly?
Excuse me?
many MVPs did Kareem have in a
answer the question, man. What did he do with the Lakers? Where did Kareem lead the Lakers before Magic arrived?
I would have to go and try to look because that would
be you got to find it because listen, 79, 80 the Lakers won an NBA title. 79, I think it was
79, 80. Magic wasn't on that team yet.
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah, that was the first year where they played
as a rookie.
And
he
Kareem
won the finals.
down.
Exactly. Where they robbed him. Where David Stern robbed him of
MVP.
Ain't
nothing we can do about that. They can't do nothing about it. David Stern and Chris Paul to New Orleans when he should have went to LA. I mean, we already know what David Stern used to do. D Banner weighing in again. He said, "Give me Isaiah." Okay. Ooh, give me my
Isaiah. Right.
Here's the thing. It should have been 3 rings, but they got once again. You could that phantom foul. That phantom foul gave one to Magic.
What? What you mean?
Come on, no.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What was Magic Johnson? What did you not see from Magic Johnson in college that when he got to the pros, you was like, huh? Like you understand? In other words, we already knew when Magic got to the Lakers, we already knew. Man, stop it. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the NBA, quote unquote, before they even got to the NBA. To tell you the truth. That rivalry was already jumping, and
I'm not going to say. Then fine. Then
sorry. It was 4 seasons.
Answering the question. You guys are both answering the question.
Kareem was a Laker for 4 seasons before Magic arrived.
And he was already
75, 76. They finished below 500. 76, 77. They lost in the conference finals. They got swept by Bill Walton's championship winning Blazers.
The Blazers, yeah. And that was
77, 78. They got put out the first round by the Seattle Supersonics.
Yep.
78, 79.
The Sonics won the finals. The Blazers won it in 77, and the Sonics won it in 78 with Lenny Wilkins.
Yep. And then the 79 team, they lost in the conference semifinals versus those same Supersonics.
And then guess who came on the scene? Then Magic came on the scene. And as a rookie, he dropped 42, 15, and 7 in Kareem's absence. No other player back then during that time it was already unprecedented that he was the 6'9" point guard. But for him to go and play center, and he ain't play, it ain't like that, this guy can guard all 5 spots, so we just gonna have him in certain.
That's where he should have played if you let Norm Nixon decide.
Hey, listen. Magic did it. It's done. He did it. And he balled out.
Okay, then get Larry off the list because they were already winning without him too.
What you mean?
No, they wasn't.
McHale and those guys didn't win nothing without him.
Correct.
They probably won about the same as what the Lakers was winning with.
They won nothing. No. McHale, Parrish, and all that Celtics team, McHale, Parrish, and all, they didn't win without Larry.
He said beat Magic, Bird, Drexler, and George.
You talking about Isaiah Thomas?
Oh, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
He
beat those guys in their prime, pretty much. Well, yeah, he did.
And get Dr. J on this list.
Well, I'm always.
Who be taking off there, Larry
You
Bird?
already know how I felt. They kept trying to make the 80s sound like it was just Magic and Bird. They existed, but the 76ers were in there darn near every year, every other year. You had the Lakers versus the 76ers, and then you had Boston against somebody not named the Lakers until about 1984.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the point that we've been trying to make from day one, you really can't do this type of list.
You can't call them all time.
You just can't. You can't do it. You can say he is one of, but you can't take one player and say he is the. The is like definite, like that's it. Ain't no more. It's one. Like when they make that Maybach or whatever it is, they only made one. Like it ain't no other ones. No, if it's more than one of them, then you can't say that one is the one.
All right, put it this way, right? Put it this way. There's another sport where we do this. Who's the greatest baseball player of all time?
Oh wow!
You know what though? But
I'm
okay,
not
this
even,
is where
no,
how much
ain't
has
no what.
baseball changed, Gully, versus
Huh?
where it was 100 years ago.
Say what?
Where's what?
You know, that's one of the biggest counter arguments to it is that they try to say that the game itself for baseball hasn't evolved the way that, you know, naturally today the Today BA is called that because of it, right? That the style of play has changed so much, but baseball remained the same, arguably to a fault.
Who the greatest baseball player of all time? Double J.
I want to lean Henry Aaron, but
say it.
Yeah,
say
come
Babe
on,
Ruth, man.
No,
so
yeah.
they say Babe Ruth,
no,
man.
because I don't think that's true. I mean, there's no
Why
way
not?
that dude slamming 25 hot dogs and 12 beers before noon.
Exactly. So Babe Ruth isn't the greatest anymore. But before the Sandlot came out in 1992, that was the name you heard, even though Harry Aaron had broken the home run record.
Well, right, because they had the Murderers Row Yankees. But I could argue Miguel Cabrera, best player I
the
ever
greatest
saw.
baseball player of all time.
Oh no, don't
500 home runs, 3,000 hits.
No.
You'd be the first.
Very elite
Listen,
list.
you'd be the first and only.
Absolutely.
No.
You would be the first and only.
No way. I'm telling you right now. Go look.
Yeah, Mickey was. But listen, if that's the case, we're gonna say Ken Griffey Jr., Tony Gwynn.
And you know what? Tony
Hey, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays
say, hey,
kid, for a reason.
Say again.
Willie Mays to say, hey, kid. Bob Gibson. Anybody from the Big Red Machine. Pete Rose.
Shoeless Joe Jackson. No.
Satchel Paige. Bob Feller.
Who
was the pitcher that pitched for the Indians in 1920? He got struck by lightning. He went and cooled. They put water on. He cooled off in the dugout, and he came back in, and he pitched another 9 straight innings. That's my goal.
Certainly his honorable mention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
man, you get struck by lightning, then, bro, and you
like,
come back and strike out the side. I mean, who else we talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Strike out the side.
Yeah, I mean, my gosh, you know what I mean? D. Banner said Barry Bonds or Willie Mays. I'm just saying, say, hey, Willie Kid, baby.
Right.
Say,
but
hey,
what about
Thurman Munson?
Right. The game. So where is the footage to support it? We don't see it anymore. That's what I'm saying. But no, what I'm saying is, but now, if we are a World War II veteran, we have these memories, we have these experiences committed to memory. So what the game was back then, we could make an argument for. We don't have that ability. So what happens is everything about their greatness gets lost because we got Instagram and we got Instagram, we've got NBA on NBC, and NBA on TNT, and we don't have George Mikan dominating. Or we don't have Oscar Robertson dominating. We don't have that footage, but it happened.
Yeah, I had to tell him, because dude told me, he said, man, anything that we was having a sports debate, he said, anything that happened before 1989, she don't even exist. They don't even need to be mentioned. I said, wow. Oh, wow. That's what I said. I said, wow. I said, but guess what? Whoever it is that you like, just because they're happening right now, don't make them the best ever.
Hey, tell him to build a stairway starting from the top.
Exactly. That's what I said. Yeah, so many words. I mean, you don't talk about anything before 1990. And you was born when? Oh, okay. Because if it wasn't for what happened before you got here, you wouldn't be here.
Did you see the latest video that was put out? We're done with the I think the 90s now. It was the Manute Bowl when they were letting them shoot threes against Charles Barkley's sons, and they were saying no hands. They weren't even guarding him after he made like 2 or 3, and they were just trying again putting down the product. So what do you say to that?
Bo is reincarnated. Manute Bol is reincarnated.
I mean, that's his daddy, right?
I mean, you know.
So yeah, okay. There are games when they let it happen.
Yeah,
right.
Just,
people take players off. What we're saying is that maybe that's the defensive footage that they look at nowadays for how they want to play.
Just saying, okay. Because really, if the clips from the Clippers game, dang, say that fast one time.
The clips from the Clippers game.
From the Clippers game the other day, I was gonna have you show 2 clips to ask the question. And anybody that saw that game yesterday, when the Clippers scored their 17th and 19th points, look at how they scored. Look at where the shots were taken from on the 17th and the 19th points. And ask yourself this question. You're watching for the rest of these games going forward. When you see in this NBA now, when you see them in their half-court sets, watch everybody camped out on the perimeter. The defense, even in the zone, they all move. The offense makes the defense look like the foosball players.
Yeah.
On the football tape. All 5 guys either shift left or all 5 guys shift right. You know what I'm saying? Or they get stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
I said, bruh, the NBA is dribble left. That ain't happening. Dribble right. That ain't happening. Ball screen. That ain't happening. 3-pointer. That's it. Where's the variety? You know what I'm saying? And they wonder why the women's game getting all the love. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm seeing Pete Carrillo. I'm seeing 2 motion. Seriously. Jay Wright's 2 motion, 4 motion offensive concepts. Pete Carrillo, even some Bobby Knight type of stuff, man. Go look at it. It do matter. Why do you think Pete Carrillo at Princeton was knocking off, the big time programs when he would get in the tournament, was knocking them off a couple rounds, whatever. They were like, huh? I mean, he was Cinderella before Cinderella was Rella. You see what I'm saying? Right. And sending them. You okay? Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man. The reason why he was beating them, man, because he taught basketball concepts, man. Not this dribble left, dribble right. Oh, okay. You can't do nothing. Okay, well, let me see. Hey, all right. Boston, that's why y'all lost to Miami today. I'm just trying to tell you. Okay. Yeah, let's get on out of here. I gotta go clip my toenails. Anyway, and on that note, I'll leave you with this quote. Yeah, a man's worth depends upon the nobility of his actions or aspirations. You want me to read that again?
Yes, sir.
A man's worth depends upon the nobility of his actions or aspirations. Got it? Good.
Yeah.
We gone. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out every Wednesday at 8 on the PM side right here on the yard. Or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course, YouTube. And please make sure when you're over at the tube, you hit that subscribe button. We'd be much obliged. And if that don't work, you can Google it. For my dudes, Be Rich, Double J, TJ, D Gully, and all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. Fellas, y'all want to plug the round table, what y'all doing every Mondays at what? What's happening? You want to plug it here now or no?
Yeah, no, Mondays at 8:30.
Oh, y'all don't know the time?
No,
because y'all at least know what y'all talking about?
We're talking about the art of professional wrestling, all things inside of the squared circle. It's called the Turnbuckle, presented by Double J and D Gully.
Oh, now he ain't got nothing to say.
80 G's cookies.
You see that, Gully? He ain't got nothing to say now. 7 minutes ago, he was like, "Oh no, I ain't talking about that. No, it's now he over there. Yeah, like he over there." Anyway, I'm not.
Yeah, well, come check us out on Mondays. We talk about it. Bring your opinions, your factinians. Bring your favorite.
What happens? Bring your what?
Factinians.
Where you hear that at? Where you hear that at?
It was this dude.
Yeah, don't look over there. Don't steer the ship over there.
Yeah, it was this dude. This
guy,
right now. This LeBron James hater. Came up with that word one time.
Yeah, well, yeah. Y'all love him, and I don't like him. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm Barbershop Jay. You be listening to the Shop Report, and remember, next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla. Let me go get these toenails.